my god, why did it... Bro, there's no way. Okay. Okay. I think it is good. I think it is set up.
Is it live? Have you started it yet?
Hopefully it doesn't look like shit like it does look right now in the... There we go. Okay, it looks good. I did start it.
All right, let me just keep reloading until it shows up. Are you on the Societycore page or your personal channel? That's what I thought.
The personal.
Sorry.
Because I don't think we have
Okay. We do. I sent you the email, right? Remember?
For the email. Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh. Haha.
I don't even think we changed it from the... Why is it not?
Yeah, I didn't. I made sure the link was still your personal because I figured you'd be going live there. Yes.
Is it there?
Yeah, my face is... Oh, there's my face.
Oh,
cool.
just
Oh,
pulled
and
up
it's
the
gone
Elliott
now.
Smith. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's right there. It's right there. Don't worry about a thing.
Okay.
Don't worry about a thing.
Cool. Am I frozen? Yeah, no, I'm not. All right. Why am I tiny?
What do you mean you're tiny?
Look at the
Did you
stream.
get really tiny?
Yeah.
Oh my
I'm
God.
like, I'm thin as hell.
Alright. You should be good now. You should be good. I'm thin as hell.
Okay, that's better. All right.
Why? I can't find my own video. It's like it's not showing up on my channel that I'm live. Wait. No, yeah, it's just not showing up on my channel that I'm live.
Really? It showed up for me. I reloaded like 20 times.
I'm literally looking at my own account on YouTube.
That is unfortunate.
And it's just not popping up that I'm live. I think they changed the YouTube layout slightly because I think it's only going to my videos. Can you send me my own the video?
Oh my god. Yeah. It's in our Discord chat.
My phone's just also not working. I like type some things and then it doesn't input any of it. Yeah. You sent it on Discord, you said?
Yeah.
I'm like getting no sound from Discord and I don't really understand why, but that's okay.
I was able to hear myself in the stream, so.
Alright, we'll do this. I'll send it to this other group chat. Alright. Oh god, okay, I think we're ready. What happened to What happened to Teenage Gizzard?
What? This has been the most.
Okay, it's fine. I fixed it. I fixed it. All right. Hey guys, you're two.
Hello, everyone.
Do we have 0 viewers right now?
No, we have at least one person in chat. So we have one major announcement to start, which is that we've invested in a free ad blocker, fucking finally, and
yeah.
So now there's no ads, and that's a major step up already.
Well, there's no stuff on the left and right. You know, that's such an improvement.
Yeah. I also feel personally that I owe the viewers an explanation. I participated in Giztober, and by the end of it, I had 5 albums left, and I was a little burnt out, so I participated in No Giz November, and listened to no more albums all November, and then for Gizmas, which I'm also celebrating. I finished the discography.
We did
So
it.
I did it. I made it through.
We did it, Joe.
Um,
We did it, Joey.
and I also have
Joey's the bass player.
a Gizmas present
No.
for everyone, and for Jonathan especially.
Uh-oh.
So,
Uh-oh.
I went about this a little differently because I know that this is an artist that means a lot to you. So I created my own rating system, and I want to share it with you.
Oh no! the Gizzverse rating system.
It's called a lizard score, and I'm gonna put it in the chat really quick. I'm pretty sure
score.
Yeah, this is a lizard score.
No.
Where's the? All right, I'm putting a link in the chat to my criteria document. We'll go over it really quickly. This is out of 20 points. Lore or lyrics, 3 points. Instrumentation is a big 6 points.
The lore.
Zest for 1 point.
Did you send it in the chat?
I did.
Damn, I'm not getting anything.
Could be. Oh, okay. I'll put it in the Discord as well.
Oh, there we go.
I'm at the stream chat. Then there is the album out of 2 points. Riffs out of 4.
God.
And Demiurge.
I think we gotta read. I think we gotta read exactly what you said.
Oh yeah, do you want to read it out? See, I want to know your thoughts.
All right, under the lore and lyrics, does the song contribute to lore in a meaningful way? If not, does it at least contain vibrant and imaginative lyricism? Also, are the vocals good?
Yeah.
Instrumentation. How cohesive is the instrumentation? Does it live up to and/or surpass the standard quality of its attempted genres? Zest. Does the song have a little special something to give it some extra kick? Is it worth coming back to? Album. Does the track fit in on its album? How well sequenced is it? Riffs. How tasty are those riffs? Are they sufficiently raw and infectious? What the fuck is this last one? Demiurgeness?
Demiurgeness.
What does that mean?
The demiurge is like a kind of like a powerful godlike figure, you know.
God.
It's a great and terrifying
it's
creative force.
All right,
yeah.
How powerfully creative is the song? Did its attempt something wholly unique and therefore godly? Oh,
yeah,
God.
so I rated every single song in the discography except the Silver Chord Extended Edition tracks because I wasn't going to rate them twice. Out of 20 by category, and so that's how I got my tier list. And I will share this spreadsheet with that afterwards. But I don't want I don't want to spoil it. But I also took some notes in the margins, and yeah. So Merry Gizmas.
Merry fucking Gizmas. This is gonna be a long.
What's the rules for starting again?
I think you start because I chose it. But
all right,
we can't. Really
what do you mean psycho behavior?
We don't even have to do.
Come
that.
on.
Who's Custodio Mendoza?
I'm not sure, but what I do know is that this is actually this was a labor of love because you know. Because Gizmas and the power of friendship.
They actually have like a Gizmas on Reddit. Like you can sign up and you get paired with somebody randomly, and you can send them a King Gizzard themed gift.
That's awesome.
They do that every year.
We should have done that.
Should have. All right, so we're gonna say fuck the rules. I'm gonna start with the first one because you didn't listen to the first one.
What? Yes, I did.
Okay.
We're starting with the.
This is a comp.
Yes.
Teenage Gizzard. It's It's the first time fucking around. I think it's their first 2 singles, so that's 4 songs, and there's an EP on it. And it's just kind of them like figuring out their sound. I think 2020 they released the compilation and it just combined all those. From what I remember, that shit was fucking ass. So I'm gonna put that in fucked. It's just like, I don't know. It's baby's first giz, you know. They're just doing a bunch of the most basic garage rock ever, and that's chill. But in comparison to literally every single other fucking thing they've done, it is uninteresting and not worth it.
Oof.
So starting off strong in the fucked category, we got Teenage Giz.
That's interesting that we're. So I thought Willoughby's Beach was baby's first giz, and I have.
That's baby's first official giz.
Okay, because I have almost the same feelings on that, which is like, wow, these are some of the most basic garage rock tracks
what's really
I've
cool
ever heard.
is that I'd probably agree, but Teenage Giz is worse still.
So, if it's worse, that's impressive because I gave Willoughby's Beach a 51.5 out of a possible 180, and it is my lowest scoring of anything by quite a bit. That's a 28%. It goes into fucked tier for sure. Looking at the tracks, I would say
Willoughby's Beach is your worst.
Yeah, the only decent, like, redeemable track on it was Deadbeat to me, and I gave them a 10 out of 20.
All right.
So
all right.
Not great.
Let's
great
hear
at
all
all.
your thoughts. Let's hear all your thoughts before I chime in.
I I was honestly probably a bit harsh on it because like I'm still figuring out the rating system.
Yeah.
It was the first, I would say, 4 albums. I was kind of like
Brutal.
calibrating.
Yeah.
So I was a little harsh on them. Like I feel bad for Float Along, Fill Your Lugs because I think I underrated it in hindsight, maybe. But I was very harsh on this. Thinking back, if I re-listened to it, it would go up to still an F, but not as harsh an F.
Yeah.
There's probably other things that I hate more. The worst thing to me though is the recording quality. It's just hard to listen to because of that. Other than that though, like the talent is kind of there a little bit.
So
it's not good though. It's not good.
Are you all right. Those are your thoughts?
Yeah, those are my thoughts.
So I like this slightly more than Teenage Giz, not by much. I'd still ask. I would still argue there are 2 other albums that are worse than it though.
No. I have no idea what the second one is.
Willoughby's Beach, I'm gonna be real. Okay, if you were to re-listen to it, there's 2 I really recommend. Willoughby's Beach, just Willoughby's Beach, the song itself. I think even though it's like a super simple like garage rock song, I think it's still fucked. It's like, just because I like it, doom,
Oh,
it just keeps repeating.
That one was catchy.
I really like that one. And then the other one that's fucking funny as shit to me on that album, or the EP, is Stoned Mullet. Because the lyrics, he's like, dinner in a jacket, dinner in a jacket,
I hated
dinner
that
in a
song.
green out. And that's the entire song.
Yeah, it sucks. What do you mean?
Jerking off and smoking weed. That's fucking
so
epic, dude.
stupid.
It's so funny. I love that song. But it's still shit project. So I'd say
100%.
Goes into fucked. Above Teenage Gizzard, though.
All right. Understandable. All right, you're up for 12 Barbers.
So, if I'm being completely honest. All right, Willoughby's Beach, it's kind of basic, but it's short, it uses that runtime. It's kind of like, this is ass, and then it ends. 12 Bar Brews is fucking ass, and then it doesn't end, and it keeps going, and it overstays its welcome far more for me than Teenage Gizzard. And I think I just get really tired of that garage rock sound. It's like, oh, this is what they do for their first real album after they've already released all these rock songs. And it's like, some of the other ones before it were better than what they ended up putting on 12 Bar Brews. I think the only song that I gave higher than a there's only one song I gave a 6, and that was like Elbow, and I didn't fucking remember that one. Everything else is lower than that. And
That's
I
my
just do
least
not,
favorite song on the album.
I don't fucking like
Elbow.
that. I don't fucking like that album at all. It is for me personally.
That's crazy.
If I'm not considering every single thing they put out a full album, this is like the worst like. Actual album,
Wow. Okay.
in my opinion, so this is my
Interesting. I think it has
dead
2
last.
good songs on it, maybe even 3.
Actually, I think maybe I like it a little bit more than Teenage Gizzard if I'm looking over some of the other stuff.
Okay. To me, like, it's more of like a mixed bag, whereas
Yeah.
everything on Willoughby's Beach was like bad to mid. There's only one song on it that I like hated, which is Let It Bleed. That song I fucking hate. But I kind of hate Elbow. I mostly because there's this like feedback sound that they have, and it hurts my ears. Like it's
Nice.
physically painful to listen to.
Awesome.
No, it sucks ass.
Just like Black
No, because I have misophonia, and so sounds like that cause me physical pain, and Black Midi does not cause me physical pain, so it's different. I think Sea of Trees and Muckracker are good songs. Everything else on the album was like mid to bad, but like more mid than bad for sure, and not as bad as Willoughby's Beach. So I definitely have it above Willoughby's Beach for sure. I do think,
What tier do you
like,
think?
I have it in D, but I have it in D with a 52%,
Dear God.
which is not high, and the only reason that's not F is because like I have S tier as what would be an A grade. So I'm fine putting it in F because I think it's a good point that like yeah, it's longer, so it's harder to get through.
Yeah.
But I would encourage people to listen to Muckracker, Sea of Trees, and maybe
They
Cutthroat
play Sea
Boogie.
of Trees a lot still live, which is crazy.
Yeah, Sea of Trees is actually like I'd say a good song. It's the best song on the album to me. And then I liked Cutthroat Boogie, but I think I re-listened to it and I was like, oh, this is kind of like a novelty enjoyment. Like I don't want to listen to this again. So just check out like Sea of Trees and Muckracker. Yeah, I'm fine with F tier, but I don't think it should go below the other two.
All right.
So
I'll appease you, even though Teenage Gizzard's definitely better.
well, I didn't listen to it.
You get
so.
the fine, or not Teenage Willoughby's Beach is better.
Yeah. Oh, I do get final say because you forced
say.
me to listen to their entire fucking discography.
I asked you. I was like, "Hey," and you're like,
Yeah,
"It can be anything," and I'm like, "All right, get fucking ready for the time of your life."
Yeah, I did
that it
enjoy it. I
was.
will say, the fans need to know that I enjoyed this process overall, even though I needed a big break.
The next album.
Oh God, do I have to talk
You
about
start it, yeah.
fucking Eyes Like the Sky? Okay. Do I have to? I mean, it's it like listen to it once and get a good laugh and then never go near it again. I think it's definitely worse than 12 Bar Brews. I think it's like a fun little thing, but it doesn't have any good songs on it. Like it's just like for people who don't know, this is a novel. This is like
It's
a short
fucking
story.
audiobook.
Yeah, it's an audiobook short story with like country western
elements.
with like western instrumentation backing it. And I would say Eyes Like the Sky, the first track was cool. And I'm like, oh, that's fun. There's a boom sound effect they use throughout it that sucks so hard, though. It's so lame and sounds so dog shit. And then I would say, and then it's like, and it's terrible. The rest of it is just like mid. It's all mid. Nothing is awful. Nothing is great. Although the isn't there like evil laughter on Evil Man? I thought that
I
went
don't
kind
even
of
fucking
hard.
know.
Yeah. Anyway, listen to it once for a laugh. It, F tier. Fuck it. You can put it wherever you want in F tier. I have it in D below 12
Amazing.
Bar Brews on my
So,
own, but yeah.
I think when I had first tried getting into King Gizzard in 2017, I was like, I'm gonna listen to other albums, and I got to Eyes Like the Sky, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna do that anymore. Eyes Like the Sky, I don't think I generally do not see it as an album, even though it is. I think it's a fucking gimmick and a really fucking stupid one at that. Some people, I genuinely want to strangle the people that say Eyes Like the Sky is the best album because they have to be trolling. Like, they actually have to be.
That's not a real
Fucking, I
opinion.
swear
Nobody
to
thinks
fucking,
that, right?
I have heard it a couple of times. People are fucking insane. Um, this is by far the worst King Gizzard album to me. It's like a sound they tried and they're like, we're gonna do a fucking western sound, and I guess, yeah, it's cool. Maybe if they made like a movie and it was kind of like the soundtrack to the movie, I could have dug that. But as a standalone album itself, and just hearing that, I think it's shit, and I'm really glad they didn't. They did take some of the concepts or the ideas that was used in Eyes Like the Sky and explored it in other albums, and I think in like a 1,000 times better way. But
Did
I
they though?
think, oh yeah, they did. I think it's better.
Like
Maybe
what?
not you. Just like
Wait, what
Murder of
things?
the
Like,
Universe dialogue, somebody talking.
okay, that's not. I wouldn't count that as an element from this
That's
though.
not.
That's just
That's.
like a thing that musicians do
But it's like they got
sometimes.
other people, and it's like they went back to that idea, and they did it a couple of times. So I'm
Yeah,
saying it started in Eyes Like the Sky, but
sure. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
besides
I
that,
definitely think they do it so much better though that I didn't even
I
like
know that's
think
why.
about that
Yeah,
as the
yeah,
same thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
It's complete. It actually makes sense. Whereas this one's just kind of like stupid. Anyways, this
Yeah.
album is shit. But R.I.P. Ambi's dad, because he was the narrator and he died
Yeah.
this year.
Rest in peace.
So too bad it's dead last.
Dead last. That's valid. Uh, and you're up for the first good
Oh.
album. First not fucked tier
Is it the
album.
first good album though?
It's definitely not fucked tier.
That's true. Float along, fill your lungs. Where do I'm gonna check real quick where I put it in my actual. Okay, I see where I put it now. Float along, fill your lungs. If only. I think the first track it might be, I don't even know if I had it still. This is definitely my top 3 King Gizzard songs overall. I think Head On Pill. Head On
Wow.
Pill is a fucking banger. Like, I'll go back and listen to some other songs that I really liked in the past, and they're either too long or I don't really care for them. I always come back to Head On Pill. I'll fucking crank that shit the whole way through. I fucking listen to it through every single time. That shit's gas.
Yep.
I fucking love it.
Yep.
It's fucking awesome. And then the rest of the album is just very, 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 very mid.
Really?
For me, there's some stuff I will. So, God Is Calling Me Back Home. I think that's good. Pop My Step is good.
Mm-hmm.
And then Let Me Mend the Past, I really like as well. I gave that an 8. So
I don't
the
like
other
that
one's
song.
7 and 8. I like it. Ambi's voice is fucking sick. And then the rest is like 5.
Happy been the best.
It's so cool. But I love that. It is an absolute beast of an opening track, and then the rest of the album falls off. So I genuinely think for me, like, yeah, it probably would be like a D, if not for like Head On. I think Head On kind of puts it higher just because it is like one of my favorite songs from them. But I think the album is, it's just painfully average and then has like an insane standout track.
Okay. I think it has 2 standout tracks.
Ah.
I think the title track is also very good. I gave it a 16. I did not I don't have Head on Pill as a top three for
Yeah.
sure. I think it's probably top 20. It was a
For sure.
19.5 out of 20, but I do have quite
Oh
a few
wow.
20 out of 20s.
God
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah, I love it. It's absolutely nutty. I've listened to it many times. It's like no skip ever. Banger. But I thought everything else was above average, not mid. I think everything else averaged like a 13 or a
That's probably.
13.5.
I mean, I think
Yeah.
when I say mid, I mean like average, instead
Oh, you
of
mean
like
like
an
C?
actual mid
Okay, because
versus
for
what
me,
mid has become in
yeah,
society as being fucking
got it.
terrible.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, then I think we probably feel about the same. I also think it's a very like cohesive record. Like compared to what they
Oh
did
yeah,
before,
yeah.
like them fully on adapting like a psychedelic rock
Hmm.
sound, it's very impressive. It's a big step up,
It's like
and I think it
unique to them
deserves
too.
recognition. Yeah, which is great. So I have it in B tier.
Okay,
Where do you have
so
it?
I would think it for me it would be like C, like high C,
C.
but we can you can choose if it's
All right,
B or
maybe we
C.
put it because it's definitely for me. It's like bottom of B, top of C.
Yeah,
So I think we put it. Can we put it bottom of B for now?
yeah.
Maybe move it around later. Yeah, yeah.
God.
Oh,
All right, moving on to the next one.
this is me, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so they went on from a very solid album to maybe my personal least favorite to listen to. Fuck this album. It's it starts a long tradition of just like
Hodgepodge albums.
gobbledygook, yeah, hodgepodge compilation albums. My favorite song off it is "Work This Time." Gave it a 17. Next best song is only a 14.5, and everything else is kind of like even lower than that. The worst track I'd say is Oddments. Like, what even is that shit?
ODDMENTS.
Boo, awful, hated it. Yeah. Oh, I do have a comment for "It's Got Old." The riff sounds like a Ford truck ad, and I thought that was hilarious. It sucks as a song though.
I think
Um,
I rated It's Got Old. It's the worst one.
it just sucks so hard. This album
I give it a
sucks
fucking
overall.
4. It's Got
Also,
Old.
this is my first superlative. Because I gave out
What?
some
Oh
superlatives.
no.
I think this album has the most overrated track of their entire discography, which is "Work This Time," which is a good song,
See,
but I don't
it's
know why it's their most popular.
I can tell you why.
Why?
It's because it got put in like one of the big Spotify playlists. And so just by default it
Oh,
got listened to a lot,
jeez.
but like all the
Okay.
fans, everybody always asks that because like nobody fucking talks about this song. Why? Like it's just there's some
Some
huge Spotify
executive was
playlist that
like,
has "Work
"Oh,
This
this
Time" in
song
it by King
slaps."
Gizzard, and so it just gets plays by random like people. That's probably like a bunch of people's only King Gizzard song they've ever listened to.
Uh, okay.
But
Well, yeah, definitely most. Maybe it's not even overrated then. It's
it's
just
not.
overplayed.
It overplayed for sure.
Okay. Well, yeah, I have this in D. D
Damn,
tier album.
damn.
Yep.
So looking back, I kind of fuck with it. There's some songs that I really like on it, and then there's some that are like really fucking dog shit. And I think that is the curse with their
Mhm.
compilation albums for me. Because
Yeah.
this one starts like the trend of there's like I think 3 of them, but one of them
This
isn't
gumboot soup
fully.
and
Yeah,
uh,
Omnium was kind of made with the
Omnium
idea of
Gathering.
it being multiple. Where I feel like these were just like, oh, here are extra songs we have,
Yeah,
and
I'll
that's why.
I'll I'll save my thoughts on
Uh,
that for
but
later.
Stress and I like Vegemite is annoying as fuck, but I think I still slightly like it.
Oh, I
Um,
forgot to mention it and like Footy Footy because I forgot to mention Footy Footy.
yeah,
It's like those two are kind of similar, like joke songs. I think
yeah,
Vegemite is much better than Footy Footy, but just want to shout out Footy Footy for being annoying as fuck.
damn. I think I was also a lot of these I was listening to, and I'm like, See, I wanna get you on the other Giz pill. That's to listen to their
Uh-oh.
live albums because I'm
I
listening
do
to so
want
many of
to.
the studio albums, and I'm just like these songs fuck in like the live recordings, and I'm like my idea of the song. It's almost like the live just expands on so many of the songs so much. It's like I have a better opinion just because of how they're played live. So
Okay.
just like thinking on the studio album, I'm just like that because there's like a lot like Work This Time. I think it had like
Mhm.
a fucking 5 minute guitar solo and like fucking Red Rocks, and that song fucking rips, and I loved it.
Nice.
Sleepwalker, Hot Wax, those are fucking crazy live.
Yeah, I have those as likes overall. What it
Um,
I expected to hate Homeless Man in Adidas, but I actually like that song.
I think it's
Shocker.
like I think this is just another album. I think it's too long. They could have worked with even though it's like short. There's like too many songs. Like the fucking random
Yeah.
5 second ones they should have just fucking got rid of.
Yeah, I think they could cut ABABCD, Crying, Pipe Dream, and Oddments. Maybe Vegemite and Stressin' too, but they're fine, and it would be
What about
better. It'd be
Alita
listenable.
Majaka or whatever?
Oh yeah, I
The fucking horn intro,
forgot about
whatever the
that shit.
fuck. That's like a
I
jump
forgot
scare.
that's even a song. Don't like it.
All right. I have it worse than Float Along. So do you want to just throw it? What did you say you had it as?
I have it in D,
D.
so
I would say high D or low C.
all right.
I think in my official list,
This is firmly a D for me. This is
I
like
had it right below Float Along.
I have it as even with Eyes Like the Sky. So
Dear
I hate this
God.
album.
All right, I'll put in the D. I'll put in the D.
Okay, let's go.
You're sick for that. You're sick, bitch.
I just don't. I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just a
Alright.
mess. It's not. It's just hard to listen to,
Yeah.
as an album.
All right,
you're up.
here we go. The first real album by King
Yeah.
Gizzard and the
Yeah.
Lizard Wizard. In Your Mind Fuzz. This album fucks. It's good. I think now a more common theme is that people don't like this album as much as they used to. I think when I was re-listening to it, I'm just gonna put that. I think the opening suite for In Your Mind Fuzz, the first 4 songs, again, that's like if I could combine all that, that would also be in like my top 3 for like my favorite King Gizzard songs. I love that shit. My band learned it. We like played it live multiple
Sick.
times. We fucking love that song, and it's just
Yeah.
like it's just crazy. It starts off, and then it's like the fucking solo one, and then it like has like the bridge, but the bridge is like its own fucking song, and then everything comes back together at the end. It's just really fucking sick. I think after that, the other songs, I think I re-listened to it again, and I like some songs more than I remembered, because I really fucking liked Am I in Heaven. I was listening to a bunch of the bootlegs, and a lot of the early ones. At the very end, they do like a hodgepodge where they like combine like 3 or 4 songs together.
Whoa.
And that's another cool thing about the live albums. They like
Okay.
it's like the last song will be like a 20-minute song, but then there's like 6 songs in that 20 minutes. They always included "Am I in Heaven" at some random point, so like made me like that song and appreciate it more.
That's
Um,
not my favorite, but okay, interesting.
I don't know why it's like "Am I in Heaven." They'll just throw that in.
Okay.
Her and I slow jam too. I like a lot.
Okay.
But then it's just like that sweet, those 2 songs, and the other ones I could kind of do a little less without, especially Empty, I guess. Hot Water fucks too. What am I saying? Hot Water is a fucking banger of a song. But overall, pretty good. The first part is good, and then it gets slightly worse, and then it kind of slightly gets better again. Still, their most solid album to date, most cohesive to date, and just the best one so far, I think.
I think I agree overall. I have a few notes though, which is I don't know if I treating the like opening 4 songs like the I'm in Your Mind suite
Yeah.
together. I would like I think overall I'd have it as like an 18.5
Yeah.
probably. I can't do the average in my head, but Cellophane I think is definitely the standout of that, and that was the first song I gave a 20. So absolute banger. Loved it. I also want to shout out Slow Jam One. I
Mhm.
think I like that. That's probably my third favorite song on the album. But yeah,
Fuck, we have
overall,
6 viewers right now.
what?
We have 6 viewers right now.
Yeah, we're popping off. Yeah, Cellophane's amazing. Overall, the I it averaged songs on it averaged a 16.55.
Mm.
So, um, oh, also, is there a way to edit the stream description or like pin a chat
I
in
should
on
be able
YouTube?
to.
Okay, if you can, could you add the doc so that people know what I'm saying?
Eric just
I'm
said
like,
I'm
oh, it's a
stimming to
16 point.
cellophane right now.
So sick. Hell yeah. Um, so yeah, I have it in A. Love it. Definitely the first like you should listen to this album of
Oh yeah.
theirs. Very good. Um,
All
yeah,
right. Pin
I don't have
message. I
I don't
just
have that
pinned
much
it.
to say about it. It's just good. I
Let
think
me see
you
where I put it. Yeah, so I would. Yeah, no, definitely A, for sure.
nice.
Yep.
Oh my god, our first
Hey,
agreement. That's crazy.
and look at that. We're a fifth of the way done. 5 albums, 20 to go.
Stick.
So I think there was a way I like dividing the Giz eras in. So when we get to the
Mhm.
division, I'll tell you about it.
Okay.
There's two Giz eras in my opinion.
Two? I feel like there's more than that,
Well,
but
like if
all
I
right.
really had to
Yeah.
condense it, I'd say there's two. All
Okay.
right.
So quarters.
Yes,
So
that's
this
good.
is this is their collection of 4 10-minute and 10-second
This
long
is another one that
tracks.
got fucking skewed by my rating system.
Each, yeah, because it's only 4. Each with its own little album art, which I thought was cool. Which, as you'll see later on my Excel spreadsheet or my spreadsheet where I keep all the, I was color coding things, and that made it impossible to color code. So just a little nitpick there is that when you have too many colors, it's very difficult to color code.
You could have just
Uh,
done like black and red.
yeah. Anyway, I think each track got like progressively worse, but like kind of in jumps. So like I gave The River an 18.5. I think it's very good. I gave Infinite Rise an 18. God is in the Rhythm a 14, and then I hate Lonely Steel Sheet Flyer. That song sucks. 10.5. Would never listen to it
There
again.
was one fucking song that reminded me of like Baby Beluga. Like Baby Beluga.
Yeah. So overall, this is kind of hard to rate because I think the first half, like those two songs, are great. Everyone should listen to them. I couldn't give a shit about the second half. So I think it averages to a B, but like with an asterisk because it's like half is an A and then the other half is like C or D. So
Hmm.
yeah, what do you think?
So, The River, fucking goated ass track.
Mhm.
I'd say that's in the top 15 probably for me for King Gizzard songs. It's also just like a live staple. Like I feel like they play it at like for every 3 shows, I think they play it at 2 of them at least. Um, fucking Eric, I'm not happy about the eyes like the sky placement. Um, I think
Max
that.
also said I think that when you were mentioning
Oh, he
people
said
who believe
hop
this.
off a peak or something. He said some shit like that.
uh,
Um, beyond that,
Chat's popping off.
the rest is mid as fuck. And I feel like that's the same way with Float Along, Fill Your Lungs, except Quarters. It just has it's more of like a concept album. They were like actually trying for something.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, I enjoy it, but it's not. There's nothing that I hate on it. I think I just get tired
Yeah.
by some of the stuff. I think River is good,
Yeah.
and then Infinite Rise and Lonely Steel I thought were the same, and then I guess I like God is in the Rhythm slightly less.
I hate Lonely Steel Shoot Flyer, but mostly because it's so long.
I mean,
It's just not fun.
they're all 10 minutes and 10 seconds.
Yeah, but the rest of them I feel like do something
Yeah,
with the
make
length.
use of the length, yeah.
Yeah.
So
Especially Infinite Rise. I like that a lot.
I liked it. Peach Hill, as Eric would say. You said a B.
Peach Hill.
You said a B.
I have it. I have it in B.
Okay. I'd put it in B.
I have it above Float Along, Fill Your Lungs
So do I.
overall. Okay, sure.
So
Nice.
Float Along I had like near the bottom of C somehow. So
B for
And then
bruh. Thank you. Eric.
Quarters was my my highest B, I guess.
Oh, I have higher B's for sure.
And then all right,
Wait,
the
do
next
I?
one, right?
Yeah, I do have a higher B. Oh, you're not going to be happy with my higher B's. Ooh. Next one.
No way is that Rico from Peach. Fuck. Paper Mache Dream Balloon, my fucking beloved. Alright.
Yeah, this is you, right?
I feel like
Yeah.
I like the aesthetic of this album more than the album itself. The clay guys, and they're like, oh, it's an all acoustic album. Like, whenever I bring up King Gizzard to people, I'll be like, oh, they have a fucking all acoustic album, and it's awesome. And then every time I listen to it, I think I like it slightly less. But since I forgot to bring it up to you, but there's like a flute part at the very beginning.
Yeah.
And it's
Did
like,
you record that? That was you.
And it's the same exact riff from Among Us.
Oh, fucking hell. I have a comment on those. It says pan flute clears for
clears
on Bone and Dirt because it does clear.
For this album, I think this is like exactly the next step they wanted to go to if it's kind of like introducing new genres, new ideas they want to do.
Yeah.
I think it's sick. I really like Sense. Trapdoor as well. Trapdoor is another where it's like maybe it's not that great on the album, but like the fucking live renditions of Trapdoor are
I
fucking
believe that.
crazy. They are
Do they keep
fucking
the harmonica?
insane. They keep the flute.
Yeah, but there's a harmonica on Trapdoor, I believe.
I don't know. I think it just plays the flute on that one, and they just make it like super fucking fast. Like
Okay,
they
'cause
speed
the
it up
only
by, like,
thing-
×3.
That's awesome. The only thing I hate, or I like that song a lot, except for the harmonica. So if they cut out the harmonica,
Yeah, I don't think the
S tier
harmonica. I
track.
think Stu isn't playing the harmonica; he's just playing the fucking flute on stage.
Hell
instead. As you can see, like right here, he fucking does that all the time. No.
Oh wait, I'm looking at the wrong track. Never mind. Trapdoor 19 out of 20. That's crazy.
Bitter Boogie, I like as well. That one's awesome. I need a fucking second acoustic album. That's all I need from King Giz, really, and then I'll be healed.
I would love that. Yeah.
And then Paper
Fun-
Mache, I
fun
like
indie.
the end of it. It's like that cool like out there. Oh, we're gonna play riffs from every single song and combine it. The only thing is that they're a little bit of fuckers for having like an explosion. Like it goes through the tape and reverses everything
Yeah,
really fast. and
it's
then
so
explodes at the
annoying.
end.
It's so
They need
annoying.
to take that part off the streaming section. But overall, again, really like the album.
I think I'm gonna get a lot of hate for this. Because I think it's an inconsistent album. I think it has some really great tracks, but I did listen to it multiple times, and every time I listened, I did like it less. I think Bone was a 19 out of 20. Trapdoor was a 19 out of 20. That's another song I really want to see live. Sense, I heard a long time ago, and I've liked it for a while, and I didn't know it was them until I came back, and I'm like, what the actual fuck? The flute throughout the album's amazing. But I think Cold Cadaver, is like a mid track. I think
Yeah.
the Bitter Boogie was alright.
Bruh.
I think Bloodstain, like NGRI Bloodstain, is annoying as fuck.
NGRI.
Yeah, and then everything else was just like above average. And so overall, this feels wrong. Is it? Nope. Okay, it averaged a 15.38, and that puts it in B tier for me. Yeah,
I
it
had
is
it as
it's
B.
the highest B tier. I have it as
I had it
top
as
as
B.
B tier. Oh, okay. Whew.
Actually, no. I had it as the very. Okay, it's right above quarters, and it's in A. So it's the very. It's the lowest A is what I had it. But I'm down for
I'm
putting it
fine
at the
with
top of
lowest
B.
A.
You get to choose
Okay.
top B or low
Um,
A.
Chat might kill me, I feel, if it's not A tier because people were spamming S. Uh, what does chat think? Chat A or B?
Ambi slander.
All right, they're not saying anything. Put
All
it in
right,
B.
sounds good. And then
Nice.
you do the next one, right?
Oh yes, Nonagon Infinity.
Oh.
The Infinite album is real, even though there's a slight delay on streaming, and so it doesn't actually live into itself well when you try and listen to it. Uh, but yeah, this album's fire. Uh, this one has multiple perfect tracks on it, I would say. I think Robot Stop and People Vultures are both 20s, and then I have a lot of 19s, 19.5. There's really only three tracks that fall off. I think Mr. Beat is weak. I think Invisible Face is
Mr.
it's
Beast.
it's great. Fuck off. Invisible Face is great, but just not as good as the rest. And then Road Train is also a little bit of a low light, even though it's still good overall. But the rest of the album is like near perfect. It all goes together so well. It's a fun album listen, super cohesive. Uh, I really, yeah, People Vultures is one of my favorite of all their songs. That might be like top five. I don't know why I like it so much, but I do. And so I have it overall as a 92.5%, and that's
Damn.
an S. Yeah, very, very strong.
All right. Nonagon Infinity. This is one
Oh,
of their peak albums.
stimmability should be a good factor. That's kind of what riffs is. Because
Uh,
usually, if it has a good riff, you can stim.
so true. I think I had got when I really got into Giz and I was listening to them. I started listening around the KGLW era when they were putting that out, and then I think I got Infinity on vinyl, and I just fucking put that bitch on repeat. And I think that's what actually got me into King Gizzard was just Infinity. I think the album's fucking cool. I think I'd just been getting more into concept albums, and it was just kind of like this idea, like, oh, it's the same thing, and they use some of the similar riffs because, believe it or not, the what song is it? It might be the Evil Death Roll.
Oh, it comes back so many times. They reference this album like and do the riffs again so
But
many
like I'm
times.
talking about in this album,
Mm.
they reference the fucking riff from fucking which one is it? I think it's an Evil Death Roll or Robot Stop
Oh,
that they have. If I can just see the credits really quick. Okay, yeah. So
unprepared. SMH.
the Evil Death Roll literally has a part from "I'm in Your Mind," like it has that riff. I think it's something like that. And then I swear there's
Love that
another
song.
one. It might be in Robot Stop.
This
I
is
think they
I'm
use
putting the note for that in my chat. It's my note for Evil Death Roll.
or is Big Fig Wasp or Gamma Knife where they have there's another song that just straight up has like a riff from fucking I'm in Your Mind Fuzz. And I feel like at first you're probably like,
Come back to it when you
that
find
doesn't
it.
make sense. But yeah, but it's just like they start using shit from other album, and not that was fucking
Okay.
sick. Top songs for that, Robot Stop, definitely. And then for whatever reason, this time through, I like really fucking hooked on the Evil Death Roll, and that like might just be my favorite on the album now. And for me, that is like the next song I really want to fucking see live. That's just a fucking good ass song. I think the only thing I don't like is that it just has that one little part of Invisible Face. Because I still like Invisible Face, but it's like maybe it would be better if they didn't have like a verse of Invisible Face and then switch right into a Visible Face after that.
Yeah, that's very valid.
I think all the albums either like really high 8s, 9s. Road Train fucking sucks in my opinion. Like it's not terrible, but in comparison to every single song, it's just like the whole time it's just fucking flying through. It's just going insane. And then Road Train, it just fucking slows it down. And it has that stupid riff that goes over and over again. It's like, Road Train. Road Train.
I do probably think if I heard it off of this album, I would have rated it lower. Because it does kind of suck.
And, you know, this might be... This genuinely probably would have been the best King Gizzard album if it wasn't for fucking Road Train. That one just, that just takes it down for me. It is not my favorite album because Road Train, I would say, is not a good track. Every other track is a good track, great track. Road Train is not a good track. That being said, I'd still put it in S.
Okay, yeah. I do. Mr. Beat, I like better than Road Train, but I feel like it fits in less. And then Road Train, I think, is a worse song than Mr. Beat, but fits into the album better, if that makes sense. It's literally a train. That's the whole point. See, that's a good point. You know, it chugs along. Doesn't make it a good song though. So yeah, let's put it in S.
What is the fuck?
You might want to zoom out a little now that there's no ads anyway, so that you can see the whole tier list at this point.
Zoomed. Oh fuck! I am zoomed. Whoa.
Yeah.
Whoa.
All right. Or you just keep the albums out of view. That's fine. Yeah, there we go. There we go. Okay. I think you're up for Flying Microtonal Banana.
Oh, we're on we finally made it to 2017. The 2017 suite. So, let me just see where I put it. Okay, that makes sense. This is another song. This is another album. I think you get to this point in King Gizzard and it's like a fucking... You're just like, what the fuck? They're doing fucking microtone. It's like they brought like an entire subgenre that's just like I feel like a lot of people aren't used to at all, and it's just it's stupid, but it's just like it's just not like Western music. So because it's not
I don't think
Western
it's stupid.
music,
I think it's awesome.
Different. But just like it feels like so weird but it's just like from a different part of the world. But it's not like it's not something entirely created, you know.
True.
So it's like just kind of
popularizing
that, and it's just like crazy. And somehow, you know, they made an entire album with that. They have so many fucking instruments that are just from across the world. And I think Eric was saying some shit. He was listening to it, and he's Armenian. And he's like, there's a fucking Armenian instrument in that song. What the fuck? I think it was like the really weird, like, horn thing. Like,
oh, yeah, on, that's on Flying Microtonal Banana. Yeah.
Yeah, but he was like, what the fuck? Why is that there?
I have that's my note for Flying Microtonal Banana is trying to copy what that sounds like. No.
Ask Eric and he'll let you know. It's some Armenian instrument. I
thought it was fire.
I think besides that, I think most of the songs really solid. I don't think anything super sticks out to me after listening to it a lot, because I just think the live version of Rattlesnake's 10 times better than the regular studio recording of Rattlesnake. I gave a lot of them 8. Everything else is pretty chill, and then I guess I don't fuck with Flying Microtonal Banana, which is the last song. That one I just gave a 6. But I mean, it's still really solid. I just don't... So everything's just like pretty good, basically, with one small stinker. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Flying Microtonal Banana.
I think I like this album a lot more than you.
I think I've just listened to it so many times where it's like
Okay.
they've used some ideas in other
Yeah.
ways that I appreciate maybe more.
Maybe if I come back to it, I wouldn't like it as much. But on my first listen, first like
Oh
handful of
yeah.
listens,
Oh yeah.
ooh, it hits so hard. I think
It's so unique.
Rattlesnake, Doom City, and Nuclear Fusion were my standout tracks. I had Rattlesnake as a 19.5, but I don't know why. Like I took half a point off on the album score, and I don't know why I did that. So I'm putting it back to 20. So that means three perfect tracks. Everything else is a 19 or an 18.5 or a 19.5, like except Billabong Valley and Flying Microtonal Banana, which I thought were a little weaker. But I
Yeah.
still think they're great songs. Like I enjoy listening to them for sure.
Yeah.
They're just a little like mm, Billabong Valley doesn't fit into the album that well, and then Flying Microtonal Banana is a little
Is that just
grating.
like an instrumental or I don't
Yeah,
even.
it's fully instrumental,
Okay.
but it's a to me it's a really good instrumental track.
Mm.
It's just a little grating. Yeah. So overall, I have this an S. I have this above Nonagon Infinity actually.
Whoa.
Yeah, yeah.
Whoa. All right.
It
All
doesn't have
right.
any bad tracks on it, you know. No
Flying
stinkers.
Microtonal.
It's a fucking
Dear
banger.
God in
Love
hell,
it.
Aiden. Holy shit.
Absolutely love it.
Above Nonagon?
Yep.
Oh my god. Alright. Oh, I have to process this.
Maybe if I re-listen, I wouldn't like it as much, but
Holy shit. Okay. Okay. For me, it's middle of A. So I don't consider it S at all.
wow,
I can't even see putting it on the same level as Nonagon.
that's crazy.
You still get final say, but it's
I will respect. Okay, but I wouldn't like. I don't think it's the same tier as like. It's definitely a tier, a full tier above. I'm in your mind fuzz to me. So I think S, but I will not put it above Nonagon.
all right.
Uh,
I
and I
better
think that's
stick at the
valid.
bottom of fucking ass. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
yeah, yeah. No, there's nothing. There's definitely
Okay.
nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, those two were. Oh wait, there actually is something that I have an S
Honestly,
below it,
I
but never mind.
think I think what I think KGLW and
Whoa, you're jumping
Gumboots.
ahead. You're jumping ahead.
I
What's
have
going
one
on?
point. I think
Okay.
KGLW and Gumboot Soup because they do more of the microtone stuff. I think I almost got tired of it, so I almost appreciate Flying Microtonal less
Mm,
because it's not on its
I just think they
own
don't do
anymore.
it as well
They
later on,
don't, but
but
I'm
it's
also just
still
like
just
that's
a
why I
great
go
album.
back and I'm just like, eh,
Oh, I just like the songs that much, you know. Like
yeah.
it's not that it's unique to me.
Hmm.
Like if they did this album non-microtonally, like I don't know. I don't think I don't have the musical background to really notice that well when it's microtonal or not.
Dear
I just
God.
think the songs slap. Like oh my god.
It's when the
Also
song sounds out
love the
of
theme.
tune. When it's out of tune, I'm doing quotations because it's out of
Yeah.
tune, but it's just
No,
kind
it's
of
just in
different.
between. It's in
Yeah,
between.
in between the.
Yeah. Also, we should shout out that it has the theme of the album, like the concept. It's a lot of like environmentalist narrative, and I
That's true.
appreciate that a lot. I
They
think it's
yep.
cool.
That's the big thing about King Gizzard. Like I feel like half of their fucking albums are about saving the environment.
Yeah. So
They always advocate for that, and they also just
slaps.
advocate. Honestly, I think they're like the most proactive band that I really follow. That like really
Nice.
advocate for like environmentalism or just like even like the LGBT community. Like I think there was one day, it was when Tennessee had that whole bill going down. They like ended up playing there and they like all did drag.
Oh,
Um,
that's sick.
when it was happening. So I think just like for promoting like the best I think out of all the bands I listened to, they're ones that really try to do it. And they've like, there was another time they like pulled out of some festival because somebody was like, had some weird views, and then like I think the whole festival collapsed on itself after King Giz left. Because then every other band started leaving. But I think it's cool, and they just like raise a bunch of money, get donations, and then they just put it towards charities. So I think that's awesome.
Hell yeah. So yeah, happy putting it in S.
Yeah.
Oh, and then I have to talk about Murder the Universe.
Mm-hmm.
So this is kind of like a triple album.
On my universe.
Okay, somebody mute this guy.
Till I hand Tayumi.
No, that was terrible.
Shut the fuck up.
So this is basically 3 albums, or it's like
true.
3 parts. I would say each part is great in its own way. The A New World, Altered Beast, the Altered Beast part I think is really fun. But I think the Alter Me sections, like those songs, are worse.
It's the breather.
Yeah, but they're not great. I love A New World. I think it's a perfect album opener. Like, it just really brings you in. I think Altered Beast those are better for sure.
Beast,
than the Alter Me's. Yeah. Overall, though, very, very good. And then Some Context I thought was really cool.
So
I think
really
this
funny. Did you know about in the album like liner notes for Some Context?
Oh, God.
It is like a page of lore. It's like it's not in the actual song.
Awesome.
It's just like a page of lore in the album notes, like describing it more, and then that like plays in the background. So I think you're supposed to read it as you listen to that part.
Well,
but that's just
completely
lost in the streaming section.
I still gave it a perfect score. I think this album score overall is a little bloated because I think there's a lot of
tracks. There's like 22
small
songs.
tracks that I thought were perfect, and they kind of like are weighted equally to the longer tracks that I thought are just okay.
My thing too.
But that's okay because judging an album, they do matter, and so I overall agree with my rating for it. That I'll get to in a moment. But first, the middle section, which is the fight between the Balrog and Lord of Lightning, which is I think the weakest of the 3, maybe.
No!
I think the Acrid Corpse is just a stinker track. But I also really like the Lord of Lightning's track and the Balrog track, but not they're not perfect. I think they're just great. Whereas I think getting to the last section, there is a perfect track, which is Murder of the Universe, an absolutely goated track in their discography. Goes so hard. And I feel justified listening to the annoying ass rambling of Hantayumi just to get to that track.
You know what Hantayumi is an anagram of?
Yeah, humanity. Didn't figure that out myself. We were talking about it. Yeah, the Hantayumi, the Confused Cyborg, worst track of the album. Don't like it. Feels annoying, but sets up the mostly because it just doesn't flow.
Yeah.
From the Welcome to an Altered Future and Digital Black go pretty hard, and then it just breaks it up for this annoying rambling monologue for a while, and then we get into some bangers after that make the third section better than the second overall to me.
Yeah.
But love the album overall. I think it's very much worth the listen, but maybe split it up because I took a whole week to rate this thing.
I think it's their coolest idea.
Yeah,
for
it's sick.
An album with lore wise. For me, it's the one that I get the most out of. All right, is it my turn to?
Yeah, I'll wait to say what tier I have it up.
All right, so the 3 sections. First section fucks. Second section fucks. Third section, I like a lot less, but I think the lore for the third section is like fucking awesome. So I think that bumps it up because it's just like the ideas behind it. Like, this guy's like, the only thing that's stopping me from being a human is being able to die and being able to fucking vomit. So he fucking makes a
epic.
vomit coffin, and it's like, what the fuck?
It's so cool.
It's fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I think the Altered Beast suite, just that whole thing, is just really fun, really going forward. I don't think it sticks out to me as much as the other suites, but I still like it. I don't think it's bad in any way. I think my favorite part of the album is the Reticent Raconteur through the Balrog. Those 3 tracks. The Lord of Lightning. For me, that's they go back to fucking In Your Mind Fuzz and Cellophane, and they fucking throw that into the Lord of Lightning fucking out of nowhere. It's fucking
That was very
sick.
cool.
But Balrog fucking has Trap Door at the very end of it for no fucking reason. And it's just like, what the fuck? So this is where I think this is the album where they fully start developing the Gizzverse, because that's a huge fucking thing we actually haven't even brought up yet.
Yeah, I thought you were going to talk about it during Nonagon Infinity, not going to lie.
Is the fucking...
I know nothing
every
about
single
it.
album is connected. There's one full story that I guess they're trying to tell, and every single album's connected. Nonagon Infinity opens the door, you know?
My thoughts on the Gizzverse are that it's like fun and a little silly, but like I don't really believe in it that much. You know?
I have a YouTube playlist to send you.
Oh god, all right, maybe I'll check it out. But I'm just like, I'm not that interested in it just because.
I'm telling you. Okay,
I don't think
the whole half of Giz is their music videos. Their music videos are fucking crazy. The music videos sell the idea of the Gizzverse.
Whatever. Okay.
I'll
well,
send
we're
it to
here
you,
for
but,
the
like,
music.
I watch it. I'm like, it all makes sense now.
Okay.
What is it? The last one, yeah, I think I already talked about that. I like Digital Black and Vomit Coffin a lot. Definitely the weakest musically section for me. Overall, I think I re-listened and I liked the album way fucking more than I remembered liking it ever. So I like almost found like a new love for it. So for me, I put it at the top of A.
So I have this at the bottom of S.
Okay.
Overall, it was what do I have it at? Yeah, a 90%, 90.24. So I'm happy with it.
Mine
top
was
of A
right
as well.
below Nonagon. So
yeah, mine like it's weird because
I only put 3 albums in S. I was very
thinking about it. Like, I'm more excited to re-listen to this than I am to re-listen to Flying Microtonal Banana.
Because it's just awesome, yeah.
Yeah, it's so awesome. But Flying Microtonal Banana is just like, it's more consistent to me.
It's like it's less thought put into listening to it, where this one's just like, you want to pick up all the small things.
Yeah, so I think I want to put this S, bottom of S.
Bottom of S?
I'd like to put it there,
there. I'm down with that.
Yeah.
Because we already fucked it by putting Flying Microtonal Banana there. The Gizzverse.
The Gizzverse.
Fucking love that.
What's that semen retention video you sent me?
Stop. It was like the Giz Head Semen Retention Club or something.
Yeah. It was so funny.
There's like a second one. I need to know. God.
All right. You're up talking about their collab album with
Mild High Club.
Yeah, Mild High Club.
All right, let's see where I put this. Okay.
That sounds about right. Forgetting about this album sounds about right.
Yeah. I think it's another album that suffers from its length. I think if they condense some of the tracks, I think it would work better. I think it's cool because they go back to the microtones on some of the songs. I think listening back, I really like Tezita. That one's just like a banger. Dust to Dawn on Ligon Street, I actually don't remember how it goes, but I guess I gave it an 8. I think it was.
I gave it a 20.
I don't even remember, but I really like that one. And then Rolling Stone, I think might be my favorite. on the album. And then everything else is just kind of like sevens, and then some stuff I like a little bit less. But most of all, it's like kind of maybe lower average slightly, and then some that bring it back up. I think it's just really cool though that they made an album with fucking Mild High Club, because I really like Mild High Club. And then I found out they did a fucking collab with King Gizzard. I'm like, what the fuck? And then I listened to them. I'm like, this is exactly how I think a King Gizzard and Mild High Club album would sound like. I think it's really cool. I also just think it's like very different. They're almost going back to their sounds off of Quarters or fucking probably just Quarters. Maybe not fully Paper Mache, but like it's like bringing back that more.
There's some elements from Paper Mache.
Like they got that real indie sound. I enjoy it. I think I put it at the bottom of B, so that's where I had it.
Nice. I have it pretty similar. I think, Dusk to Dawn, also one of my favorite tracks. I have it as gem of a track. Like, that's my note. It's my favorite on the album, and I think it's probably runner-up for another superlative, which is most underrated. That song is very, very good.
I feel like nobody.
But I didn't want to give it to that. Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to give it to that because it's a collaborative song.
I have my most underrated Giz song. I can tell you what I think it is later.
Once we get to it, if it's later. I like Tezita. I like D-Day a lot too. And then I have a note on Rolling Stone, which was that I liked it, but it was bland. I think that's kind of how I feel about the entire album overall, which is that I like it, but it's kind of bland.
I feel that, yeah.
It's very chill.
And too chill sometimes.
But I gotta give it props for having really good bass lines like throughout the entire thing. Yeah. The bass on it is very fun to listen to. And I have it in B as well. I have it above Quarters, actually. Yeah. So
you have it above fucking Head On?
No. Actually, what's the order? Yes, I do have it above. I do have it above that. I have it below frickin' the other one though.
All right, where are we putting it? B is definitely solid. So
yeah, I think below Paper Mache, above Quarters. That's where I have it on mine. Okay. They're separated by less than 1%. So honestly, those three are like all tied in my mind. Yeah. I'd say above Quarters though, just because it's like it doesn't have any songs that are as difficult to listen to as Quarters can be. So yeah.
All right, the next one. This is
the next one. Oh yes, I get to talk about Polygon Wonderland, which was at some point my favorite King Gizzard album. I don't know if it still is. We'll see. It's to be revealed. But god damn, this album is fire. It has one mid track on it, and it's like still good overall. It just doesn't like fit in as well with the rest. I don't know, which is Tetrachromacy. I'd say every other track is like near perfect.
I think for me, Tetrachromacy and Searching are the ones for me.
Searching I like, but I do think it's a little like weaker. That one also is not near perfect. Yeah, actually. I have that one as an 18.5 though, which is still high. And then Castle in the Air I have as an 18 because sometimes like the mix of the speaking part is really low, so it's hard to hear. Other than that, though, great. And then every other track is like a 19 or a 20. Damn. It has 1, 2, 3, 4 perfect songs on it, and it also has the song that I have as my the best song. Best song. Number 1. I think their best song is Inner Cell. That song is so good. I keep coming back to it. It's just an absolute banger. So everyone should listen to it as their best riff. I think
there's also
best non-heavy, non-metal riff at least. But yeah, what were you gonna say?
So I sometimes I don't really fully think as Inner Cell as its own song. I see it as a suite because whenever they play it live, they play Inner Cell, Loyalty, and Horology all in a row.
Yeah,
all the time.
They all go together, and I love it. Oh, it's so good. Sometimes I have trouble remembering when it ends and
Yeah.
loyalty starts. uh, yeah, I have it as 2019.
Damn. All right.
Uh,
My opinion.
God, so good. Yeah.
So, I really like Polygon Donnerland. A lot of people say it's their best album, like top complete tier. My one thing is I do not believe it is. I don't even know if I. It's not on my top 5 albums, surprisingly.
Wow, it's my
It's my
top two
top
for
6.
sure.
It's my top 6th
Oh,
album.
wow.
But I think it's really cool. I feel like every time I do it, it's like it starts off with Crumbling Castle. I think Crumbling Castle is in my top 3 songs from them.
Okay.
I fucking love that song. I think it's crazy, and it just keeps going,
Yeah.
and it's so fucking heavy. And you're like, oh, where's the album gonna go next? And then it just gets like really crazy with rhythms, and I almost get lost. Like I feel like Polygon Land through Deserted Dunes, I get sort of lost, and I'm not into it as much as I was with Crumbling Castle.
Okay.
So those, I still give them like those songs like 7. Like I still enjoy it. Then the Inner Cell kicks in, Banger, Loyalty, Horology. I think it's slightly not as good as those two. Fucking Loyalty though, I don't know what the lore for this album's pretty good too. There was one point where Loyalty was my favorite song. I think it was another just the live version hearing it because the bass riff on that one. I think that just might be like my favorite bass line because it's just super simple and then it goes up and it just hits so fucking hard. I love that. Tetrachromacy, I get lost on searching more. So it's like it peaks, it goes down by a bit, then it goes back up, then it goes down again. And then for me, the Fourth Color, I think fucking rips. I give that one a fucking 9. I fucking love that song.
Like, it's so good.
That song's awesome. I really like it. So I think for me, some of the songs are really, really fucking good, and then it's just not as good. I think it's less consistent in that sense, because then it's almost like I only want to listen to a handful of songs on the album. I never want to just listen to the whole thing over and over again, just all the way through, because I don't like it as much. That being said, I still put it in A. I think it's really fun. I think there's a lot of, I know, there's a lot of rhythms.
No!
There's a lot of rhythms. I really like it, but at the same time, I'm just like,
How can you it? That's fucked.
It's like, it's great, but I'm
Come
just like, there's other
on.
albums where I'm just like, every single song fucks on these albums, and I don't feel the same way about this one.
Okay.
So for me, I guess what we have currently, it would be above Mind Fuzz.
That's above Nonagon.
Above
That's
Nonagon.
where I have it. Yep.
All right. I'm
that one I feel, that one I'm very solid on.
I'm willing to compromise.
Like,
this chat, do we put it above Nonagon
no,
or right below
it goes
Nonagon?
above Nonagon. There are rules to this podcast. It
right
goes
above Nonagon or right
above
or right below
Nonagon. S tier. Peak.
I swear to God. If there's only one more above that in your ranking, I'm scared. I'm
There
scared.
is. That's my S tier.
We'll put it there because of our stupid ass rules, but I vehemently disagree.
We do have stupid ass rules. I don't know how you can't like.
I really like it. It's just I think other albums just I do not come back to that album as much as I come back to other ones. I'd rather listen to Nonagon like 10 times before I re-listen to Polygon.
Interesting.
Anyways,
I just love it.
Gumboot Soup.
Yeah, this is you.
So, onto their second Hodgepodge album. I think it's like I feel like my thoughts are similar to Oddments in that a lot of the songs are like pretty cool. A lot of them are kind of ass, but I think overall Gumboot is like still a lot better than Oddments. But it's still the same. Like there are some songs that are really good, some songs I don't care about as much, so it brings down the song for me. I think it's really cool that they kind of like. I think there was some chart or something I saw where somebody like basically took each song and then said like, oh, this was probably made during when they were making songs for Polygon, and this one was made for during the Microtone, and this one was for Murder the Universe, this one was for Sketches. And you can kind of like piece together where they might have fit, because that was what they wanted to do. They wanted to do 5 albums in the year, And then I think they released this one, or Polygon Wonderland was released for free, which is fucking crazy.
Amazing.
Gumboot Soup, I think they released it December 31st. So they still did get the fifth album out in 2017. It was just the last
But it's like
possible
leftover
day.
tracks. Yeah.
It's leftover tracks. Another fucking song about water on here. Beginner's Luck, I like. That one's pretty chill. Other standouts, Great Chain of Being. I think that's like their first like real heavy ass song. You know,
Yeah.
that's when
Yeah.
they start, and you're like, oh, maybe they'll explore
Wild.
the sound later. We'll see.
Called Foreshadowing.
All Is Known, I like as well. I think that one's another one. It's just like all the songs, it's not consistent. So there'd be like really weird like genre shifts almost in it. It's cool, but I'm just like this. None of the songs really feel like they fit together. And then The Wheel, I really like that one too. It's definitely better listening on vinyl, because on vinyl, The
God.
Wheel, the record doesn't stop. It just goes on repeat, so it keeps doing like the last like 10 seconds over and over and over again until you turn off the record. So I kind of like that.
I mean, that's cool, but I don't like The Wheel at all.
I like The Wheel. And then everything else I think is a 7 or 6. I guess. Oh, okay. I've seen this song twice live, and almost every I want to like go and get a drink during the song, because I don't give a fuck about it. Fuck Down the Sink. Fuck that song.
Oh yeah,
I don't like that song. I've seen them twice live, and they've played it both times, and I do not fucking care for it. That's the worst song on the album for me. And then I guess I can okay, I'll wait, and then we can talk.
Yeah.
Where to put it.
Waiting is fun. Gives a little thing to reveal. But I have a feeling we're gonna be aligned maybe on this. We'll see. Yeah, for All Is Known, I put a note that's B-side. The B is for banana. So, because I think it feels like a flying microtonal banana B-side. Overall, this is the worst sequenced of their albums, I think. It's
worse than
like difficult
Oddments?
to listen to. Maybe not. No, okay, Oddments is worse, but it's also less like disparate, the different sounds they use. Yeah, it's less jarring. Whereas this, it's like, where the fuck did Greenhouse Heat Death come out of? And then we're gonna follow that up with Barefoot Desert, which I think is the worst track on the album. I also, for some reason, I hated.
Annoying, but I like it.
I hated "I'm Sleeping In" the first time I heard it.
Oh yeah,
and it's the second most popular song
also
on the album.
Another annoying song, but
annoying as hell. But I listened to it again recently and like, okay, this is like a fun, silly little song.
Yeah.
I think I was just so tired of this album by the time I got to it that it pissed me off.
It's also the 2017 suite, you know, it's like by the time you're out, you're like, fuck,
God.
what are they doing now?
Yeah, but
God forbid they do another 5-album suite in a year.
Jesus Christ. I think the only song worth listening to on this is Superposition. I think that's a gem of a track. Everything else
I don't care.
I will never want to listen to. It's because it's unique. It doesn't sound like it's just a B-side off of everything else.
I can see that.
So I was like, oh, that's cool. I like this, but everything else is just like, it's like B-sides. So not ever worth listening to as an album to me.
Damn.
Also, Beginner's Luck is also unique, but what the fuck was that? It's
Beginner's
weird.
Luck is on your side. You've got snake eyes.
That's not the lyrics.
It's close enough.
I don't think that's the lyrics.
My
note.
Fucking Ambi comes back. Don't mess it up.
My overall note for the album is Whiplash Simulator, so I give it a C. It is my first of 2 C tiers.
I had it in C.
All right. Kind of figured we'd.
I also had it over Float Along. Fill Your Lungs, and that I think I might change that now, because I think I still like Float Along more.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, midway to end the 2017
Honestly.
suite, but it's also like
Wish it didn't
fucking
exist.
3 of the albums were fucking bangers. So it's like, how are you gonna
Yeah.
make like 3 fucking albums like that in the same year and then still
Yeah.
do 2 fucking more? Like, Jesus Christ, they're just crazy.
Yeah, that's four S's in a row. So like four S tier solo albums in a row for me,
Yeah.
which is nuts, right?
Well,
Yeah.
no, right? Oh yeah,
Yeah,
wait, no.
because Sketches is a collaborative album. So for me,
Was sketches
we have
after?
Nonagon, Flying, Murder the
Polly?
Universe, then Polygon 101. I think it's before. It's before on Spotify, but I
I don't
sometimes they fuck
remember.
stuff
I don't
up.
fucking remember.
Yeah. Ooh, all right. Now
Anyways,
this one,
ooh,
there's gonna be some
I'm
controversy here, I
scared.
feel.
I'm scared. I'm actually scared.
So fishing for fishies.
You know what's fucked? I have one thing to say before we start.
Yeah.
They released Planet B as a single. That was the first single of 2019. They released
Before
Planet
fishing.
B off of Infest the Rat's Nest. And people are like, yo, what the fuck? This song's awesome. Like, what are they gonna do? And then they dropped Fishing for Fishies. And
Wait,
everybody's like,
that's
what
awesome.
the fuck? We're like,
Oh
why
my
did they, what the
god.
hell, where's Planet B, all that? Nobody knew. And it was just like,
I this album every time I listen to it, I like it less. I think it has some great tracks on it, and then it has fucking The Cruel Millennial and Psy Boogie, which are dog shit. Uh, it has no tracks. After listening multiple times, there's nothing that I love anymore. I think Boogeyman Sam is great. Fishing for Fishies is pretty good. Bird Song's pretty good. Plastic Boogie gets kind of annoying. Real's Not Real, great. And then everything else is just good except for Psy Boogie
you're
and The
fucked.
Cruel Millennial, which suck ass.
Okay, Cruel
They're
Millennial is like only
terrible.
ass because of its lyrics. Actually, never mind.
No, it's not
Never
even
mind.
that.
That's
Like
agreed.
even
That's
even if
agreed.
it was an
I don't
instrumental,
think
it
it's
would be
ass. I
bad.
think it's mid.
I gave it a 10.5, which is a failure. So,
Damn. Damn.
but I think there's enough good songs that this averaged it to being like it's just cringe. That's my issue with it. Is that it's cringe. It is a good album that is cringe.
Damn. Damn.
So, what do you think?
Um. So for me, I like it a good amount because it's like, oh shit, they're doing like it's almost like almost folksy. Like it has elements of the paper mache, dream balloon, fishing for fishies. I think is annoying. I still fucking love it. Like the actual title track.
Yeah.
I love that song. Boogeyman Sam, I think is just awesome. The fucking
Yep.
guitar tone they have, like, I love that
It
song.
sounds like a American South Bollywood track. That's how I would describe
Damn,
it,
yeah.
which I think is sick as hell.
And then Plastic Boogie, I like that one a lot. Fuck all that plastic. Yeah, this is another album where they really go into the fucking like environmentalism themes, and
Mm,
I think that's why I enjoy it more because it's just kind of saying all this shit like we need to save the animals, all that stuff. I kind of appreciate it more. It's like this is like their one of their heavier environmental themes. So I like that one a lot. This thing I like a lot as well. And then Psy Boogie, you're shitting on Psy Boogie. I can understand how it's annoying in the Hantayumi sound effect, but it's just like I think it's crazy that the album starts like with like these like acoustic songs and like all these random boogie stuff, and then like with Akron and Psy Boogie, it gets like more like electronic, and the album kind of has a shift. And I just think that like part is like really fucking cool. And some of the other albums like
cool,
all kind
maybe.
of stay to one.
Terrible,
I think
yes.
I still know I still enjoy it because I'm like, oh, this is cool. This is like a new this was like the first time they went for that sound. And so it
Yeah.
was really interesting to see that and where it was gonna go. I really like it. It's definitely not the best. I still think it's pretty good. I think I had it near the bottom of A for me.
Okay. I have it, I think, top of B. There might be another B tier. Nope, that's top of B. Yeah, right. Yep. So
It's up to you if you want
I
to put another in B or if you want to put in the bottom of A, which only has one right now.
if it didn't have the Cruel Millennial on it, it could be A tier. But that track is so
God damn it.
annoying. Sorry, sorry. There will be more
Alright.
A tiers, I
This is
think,
true.
probably. Yeah, yeah. I have a couple. I have a bunch of A tiers. Just later on,
Oh.
later on. Yeah, yeah.
Alright. Do I get to
Oh
talk about
God.
this one?
No, you didn't. Wait. Oh no, yeah, yeah, you do, you do, you do. Words. Yeah, I flipped it.
Alright.
Whoops. You're up.
This one. I think the first time I listened to this album, it changed me. I don't know what was going on, but I was just like, holy shit. It's for me, I think every single song, honestly, the way I see it, I don't even know how to begin to talk about it. Planet B fucks, Mars for the Rich fucks, Venetian 1 fucks as well. I think everything got a fucking 8, a couple got 9s, none of them got a 10. I think it's probably their most cohesive. Maybe
Yep.
I don't know, cohesive to that point probably. I think every song flows really well. Organ Farmer is the only one I don't like as much. I still don't think it's a stinker. I think every single song on here is great. I just like Organ
Holy shit.
Farmer a little bit less.
Yep.
And
That's how I
then
have too.
I think the ending of Hell is just fucking awesome. And it like
Yep.
almost I hear that crazy stuff and then it goes back into Planet B and I just want to listen to the album over again. I think it was so crazy that they fucking released Fishing for Fishies, and then the next fucking album they have is this fucking heavy metal Giz that we got a slight hint of on Gumboot Soup. And it's just like they fucking knocked it out of the fucking park. I think this album's insane. Definitely top Giz for me.
Wow.
Not top Giz, but this album, I don't know what it did. It's crazy. I love it. They just play it in all their live shows, and every single time it's just like it's so fucking fun. I think it's mixed well. Probably their best, definitely the best like mixed in they at that point. I think it's really fucking fun. I think it was after after Murder of the Universe, their like tape deck broke. So after that, every single thing started being digital, I think. I remember hearing something about that. So there's actually like an audio improvement after Murder of the Universe because they started recording the albums differently.
Mm.
But for me, Infest the Rat's Nest, it's the top right now.
That would make a lot of sense because Polygon Wonderland just sounds so clean. And that's one of the reasons I like it so much.
Yeah.
Is like the recorded
It might
quality
have
is
happened during
for
Murder of
sure
the
better.
Universe because I think that's why they had the
Yeah.
digital black thing.
That makes sense. Okay. Yeah. That I have like almost nothing to add. Cause like okay, look at like my notes for Organ Farmer is weakest link in my opinion. First half is bleh, but it picks up. Then for Hell I put absolutely smashing end. I think the tracks that I like the most and least are probably the same as you, except my favorite track was actually Superbug. I don't know why I like it so much, but it's so fun to me.
Yeah.
But yeah, Organ Farmer is still a
Superbug,
16.5.
they predicted
Yeah,
fucking
that shit was
COVID.
crazy.
A year before COVID, talking about a superbug that's gonna wipe out humanity.
Yeah.
The King Gizzard started COVID. That's my theory.
Oh,
They're like, we're
crazy.
destroying the earth. Time to kill people.
Yeah, so I have it as S, and I have it as I have it below Nonagon Infinity in S, but I will let you place it where you please in
All
S
right.
because I think it's a fucking
Top.
banger.
Top.
Top. All right.
And with that,
I won't. I'm not unhappy about that.
We'll do a little side note here because Aiden didn't listen to this one. This is their. We'll do two really quick. Bootleg Giz. I'll talk about this one really quick. This is their one official. They have two official live albums. This one, we can put it somewhere. I'll just keep it at the top of here. 2016. It's like if you had, I think it's like 10, 11 songs or something. They played live. They did the one like show in San Francisco. It's like every single of their best fucking songs are just all on there. There's not a single shitter on that set list. I think out of all, I listened to every single bootleg album. Every single song on this live album fucks, and it's insane. If you're gonna listen to anything that's live, check out that album. It's fucking awesome. It's
What is
amazing.
it called?
It's just Live in SF, the 2016.
Oh, okay.
It's on Spotify on their actual account too, so it's
Nice.
easy to find. It's like up to that point. There couldn't have been a better set list that they could have had for that time. Every
Nice.
single song is fucking crazy. Then we'll switch over slightly to Chunky Shrapnel. Another live album, but it's weird because they also had instrumental tracks. There are 3 instrumental tracks that they made just for the album. And at first I was just like, what the fuck? Then I found out there's a fucking movie. They made like a live concert movie, and it's called Chunky Shrapnel, so this is like the soundtrack to that movie. So whenever they have little behind the scenes bits, they would play those instrumental tracks in them. And for the longest time, right, one of the songs in there is called Parking, and it's just a drum solo. And you're like, why the fuck is it called Parking? So they showed Chunky Shrapnel in the movie theater, and I saw it. They are parking the fucking van. They are parking the fucking van during that part in the movie, and they have that drum solo playing over, and they're parking the fucking van. So I finally learned why it's called fucking Parking, and it pisses me the fuck off.
Oh, that's
That
so
shit's
good.
annoying as fuck to me. Oh my god. They have one part of that movie though that was like absolutely crazy, and they had like all these weird, cool visual effects going on, and I think the track Anamnesis or whatever the fuck plays during it, and that was like I almost wanna. There's no way to like watch the movie. You can't even bootleg it on it. Like it's like basically doesn't exist online, and I really just want to go back and watch that part because it was just like it was like a spectacle because the music they had and the stuff they were showing is really fucking cool. That's the only like kind of good instrumental track. So we can keep it. I'm just gonna throw it at the bottom of A. Even though I feel like I've been shitting out a lot, but it's like a bunch of the songs still fuck, and I think that's kind of where I put it. Oh, they also have like a 30-minute song at the end, and that just combines like Rattlesnake and Head on Pill and some other stuff, and it's called A Brief History of Planet Earth. So that's pretty cool. And with that, we are at the end of the first era of Giz. And
that feels wrong. What?
I know, but it'll make sense. I'm gonna use the bathroom real quick, so I'll be right back.
All right.
This
Sup,
is the...
chat?
God damn.
How's everyone doing? Okay. While Jaw's gone, I just gotta say, Infestor Rat's Nest it's not better than Polygon Wonderland. I mean, it's great, but I don't know. It's yeah. It's just not. I think this tier list is looking pretty good. To be honest, I feel like it's hard to order within S because each of those albums is so different that it could go in any order. And I think you should all listen to all those albums because they're great. And there's a little something on them for everyone, maybe. Actually, no, because they're all pretty heavy. Well, no, Polygon Wonderland has some like chiller stuff. So, but yeah, everyone should give them a listen because they're all amazing, and I love them all. But
all right, I'm back.
Oh, hello.
Hello. So, the reason why I say you are real, Phil asked. But the reason why I say at the end of the first era of Giz, right? COVID happens. We don't get anything. Or we do get something. Basically, when it was like a whole year without anything else. That doesn't really matter that much. They start releasing a bunch of bootlegs. That 2020 is the year they start releasing a bunch of bootlegs, and then they put out like fucking 10 a year almost. Not 10. I think they've been putting out like 5 or 6 a year. They release some demos, do this other stuff. But the biggest thing, this is why I say it's the end of an era. So King Gizzard's 7 members They also own a record label called Flightless Records. They also ran it. So they have two drummers. One of the drummers decides he needs to focus on the record label way more, and he's like, I'm just going to do this. So he actually quits the band. So that's Eric. So we have the Eric era and the after Eric era. So he quits the band, and he's no longer on any of the albums past Infest the Rat's Nest. So he doesn't participate in the band anymore. He starts running the record label, and I almost feel like it's not even like a new terms of sound for King Giz. I feel like you can divide up into more eras, but I think just for like the way I'd see it, it's like they had this whole thing, and then now the band's changing, and it's like different shit. They have to pause. They start doing some other stuff. That's how I divide it up.
That makes sense. Because I'm like, sonically, these are not two different eras.
Yeah.
All right. I believe it's me for KG because you got to talk about Infest the Rat's Nest.
We have 10 fucking albums.
Yeah, I also should mention, because I forgot, that I have some album superlatives, not just song superlatives. And I forgot them. So really quickly, they're basically just which albums scored the best and worst per category of my like ranking system. Yeah. So for the ones that we've seen so far, Murder of the Universe I had as the best lore and lyrics, like most consistent. Worst for that was Willoughby's Beach, and Willoughby's Beach I almost like excluded from the superlatives because I thought it would like clear the worst, but it didn't. It only won in. It was only the worst in 2 of the categories. Best instrumentation for me was Polygon Wonderland. Worst was Eyes Like the Sky. Best Zest was not applicable because too many albums just got like perfect Zest scores. Worst we'll come up with later. Best album cohesiveness was a tie for Infest the Rat's Nest and Polygon Wonderland. They both scored perfectly. Worst was Gumboot Soup. And then riffs we have not gotten to the best and worst. And then demiurgousness, best was Flying Microtonal Banana because I feel like it was just so like creative and cool. And then worst was Willoughby's Beach, but I think that could also go to 12 Bar Brews. So yeah, quick rundown there. Now back to the albums.
One thing I want to say also. That's really quick. That also did a shit ton for the lore with the Gizzard and all that, because it's kind of like the planet's dying. They like send people to go to fucking Venus, and then they find out they can't do that, and then awesome. I think it's something like they end up blowing it up, and like everybody dies or something. So it's crazy.
All right, KG.
Oh God.
This is a mixed bag. I think Straws in the Wind is one of my least favorite of all their songs. That shit sucks. It's definitely one of my least favorite of like once they start making consistently good music. It's so annoying. If you heard it live, I feel bad for you. If that's what you're gonna say.
Aiden.
Oh God.
I've seen that song twice live, and you know what's really
Is that
cool?
The one you walk away?
That's Down the Sink I do, but this one.
Oh
Straws
God.
in the Wind. They're like, hey, wouldn't it be really cool if we took this song and made it like 14 minutes?
No,
so they
it's
have
so
I know
bad.
It's bad, and they make a really long, and then it's just 5 minutes. Like, is it all straws in the wind? Is it all? And they just do it for like 10 minutes.
I hate that.
And it's
why would
I don't
they
know,
do
but
that?
it's like, oh my fucking God, please make it stop.
That's so stupid.
So it's like my opinion of that song got worse because of the live rendition.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the only one.
I think this has some great songs on it, though. I like Honey. I know you love Honey, but I think it's not one of the best on the album, to be honest. I think it's above it. I think it's I give it a 16.5, but this album has 1, 2, 3 songs that I liked more. Yeah.
Damn.
I think Minimum Brain Size has some of my favorite of their lyrics. It's so funny. I also really like Intrasport. It's so unique and fun. I thought it was baffling. Like, I'm like, what am I listening to? Is this a new album? Did it start shuffle playing?
It's the Turkish house song, right?
Yeah, I think the mixing on it is a little weak. I think maybe because they were either trying to emulate a certain sound or they weren't like great at doing
You
electronic
know what's
music yet.
wild? The
Uh,
ending, the ending of Flying Microtonal Banana shifts into KGLW.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Oh, like they flow into each other?
yeah.
That's cool.
Because technically,
Oh, because it's like an instrumental at the
the
start.
full
Yeah.
album of Flying Microtonal Banana is Flying Microtonal Banana Explorations into Microtones Volume 1. And then the full
Okay.
title for KG is Explorations into Microtones Volume 2 and the other one's Volume
Uh,
3.
got it. Yeah, I mean, I think they're this is the weakest. Volume 2, KG to me is definitely the weakest of the three.
Yeah,
By a significant bit. Although I also really like Odd Life. Shout out Odd Life. That's a great track as well.
damn.
Uh, Hungry Wolf of Fate is good. Ontology kind of sucks, and Some of Us is kind of sucks. KGLW. There's a bug on Spotify. I think like the way they store their data,
Oh, yeah.
um, like can't distinguish between songs if they have the same title and
No.
same artist. It doesn't take album into account because, like, why would it? So it has lyrics listed for
That's
KGLW,
funny.
and it's the lyrics for the second
That's
KGLW
funny.
version. Um, but yeah, overall, not gonna say what I gave it,
All
but
right.
it's my least favorite of the three.
All
Yeah.
right. I can agree with that statement.
Mhm.
KG. So Honey came out, and I listened to the single, and I don't know what it was. I think it was just for me. That's when I was kind of like, I just felt like they made like a really banger, like almost like pop hit,
Yeah,
but
it's fun.
with like microtones, and I'm like, this is just so crazy that they could make this like song with like like more of the Eastern influences
Mhm.
and may be able to like make something that's like almost like pop sounding and like make it like mainstream. And I just thought that was
Mhm.
like kind of crazy. And I listened to that song so much, and that's fully Honey came out, and that's actually when I got into King Gizzard. It was when COVID was happening, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'll check out these other albums. And then I just started listening to fucking everything. So like, if it wasn't for Honey, I wouldn't have gotten into King Gizzard when I did. Um, so I just really like that song. I think just for that impact it had on me.
Mhm.
Insta Sport's really fun too. I also like the Hungry Wolf of Fate because I feel like that's when they're like getting heavy and they're doing the
Yeah.
microtones. And I'm like, okay, cool. So we have some of the heavier stuff and microtones. But I think overall, it's like I think honestly, because KG and LW came out one after the other. I mean, it was a year between to some extent. But I think so many of the songs they just kind of flow together, and I'm like, I don't remember exactly how all of them sound like. I think I get both the albums confused with each other a lot, and some stuff sticks out, some stuff sticks out in a good way, some in a bad way, like Straws in the Fucking Wind. Um, and I just it's cool. I'm like, okay, this is what they're gonna do if they're gonna do more another microtonal album, but it did not compare at all to Flying Microtonal, so I don't really care for it that much. And for my own rating, I put it near the bottom of B.
Yeah, me too. This is weird because we avoided talking to each other like at all, and I think
Yeah,
like we've been pretty close
yeah.
overall.
Besides a couple
But
albums.
yeah, I think I have it below quarters, but I don't think that's accurate. Thinking about it, I think quarters get skewed by only having four songs.
Yeah,
So I think I would put it in between. Um, I'd put it below paper mache. That seems
damn. I'd put it.
accurate to me. Where do you put it?
I think I had quarters higher, but I think it was basically. Yeah, yeah. Besides, okay, that makes sense. It would be my quarters is higher, but then it's above all these other ones. So that's where I put it.
Ah, okay. That makes sense. Yeah. All right. You ready to talk
Oh
about
fuck. All right,
LW?
LW. So going into this one, it's kind of like the first single they released. They actually won an award for it. It was like
Which
the
song was
Australia.
that?
It was If Not Now Then When. They made a
Oh
music
yeah, yeah,
video
yeah.
for it. They won like
Banger
the
opener.
Australia award for like it's like being like proactive in environmentalism because that whole song, this because they just go more into the themes of like saving the earth. Like if not now, then when are we gonna start changing
Hmm.
things? they got like $50,000 and then they donated it to like a wildlife thing. So that was just again really cool. Um, Overall, I think the album is, I think it's better than KG, but not by that much. I really like If Not Now Then When. The synths on it are really cool. Plura fucks, just another like heavy song. Rip. Supreme Ascendancy I like, even though I don't really remember it right now, I guess. And then Ataraxia is another one that just fucks. So I think those like 4 songs really stick out to me, and the rest is just kind of like average. And then I guess my least favorite is East West Link. But it's just like more of this. It's basically the same thoughts of KG, except just slightly better. I almost want to say if they had just took the best songs out of both albums and released it as one, then I think it would have been a much better project overall. And the funniest thing, I want one more thing to add, is that all the fans are like, all right, we got KG and LW, so when are we going to get the album called And The?
That's funny. uh, all right. I think I disagree here. I think it is significantly better than KG.
Damn.
Like by a full 3 points on average. Like
I don't
it
even know what that
is.
means. Oh, that's like a bit for your scale, right?
Yeah. So like average for KG was a 14.85. Average on this is 17.61. I think it has no bad tracks. My least favorite was also East West Link. And I also didn't like Supreme Ascendancy that much, but I gave those both a 15.5, and that's the lowest. So I think If Not Now Then When is a great song. Plura, absolutely amazing. See Me is another superlative here. I think See Me is the most underrated King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard track.
Damn.
I think it is a perfect song.
I don't
It's so
remember it.
weird and unique and fun and energetic, and it has really good like mixing. It sounds amazing. Everyone should listen to it. It's goofy, fun, fantastic, underrated as hell.
Nice.
This whole album, I think, is very good. I have it in A tier.
Damn.
Static Electricity is also a standout,
I
and
had
it's like
mine-
solid A tier as well.
I had mine as like low or high B, so
Yeah, this is actually like top of A tier, I think,
God
for me.
damn. Well, we
Yeah,
don't even
it's
have
like an
anything in A right now,
88%.
really, so
No, we don't. So, yeah, I'd put it on top of at the top of A.
really above Mind
Yep.
Fuzz?
Oh
You're
yeah,
fucking crazy. You're fucking
Mind Fuzz was an
crazy.
82%. This is an 88%. It's
Alright.
just good. It's so
I
good.
very disagree, but
The rules are the rules.
okay. Butterfly 3000. This one's for you, right?
Yeah. Yes. Right?
Yes.
Yeah, it is. Butterfly 3000. Yeah. I don't even have that much to say about it. I mean, it's just like their indie pop girly album.
Mhm.
It's fun. It's cute. Some of the songs are I think You Love is like the worst by far. Everything else is solid. Dreams
It's about
is a
his
little
daughter
weak.
who he just gave birth to.
He?
Yeah.
Huh?
Stu.
He
He's the
gave
main
birth to his
songwriter,
daughter?
or the daughter he just had. Fuck off.
Okay, that makes more sense.
Fuck off.
I didn't know.
This album's like the album he made for his kid, which I think is so sweet.
Okay. That is very sweet. That doesn't make the lyrics any less repetitive and annoying, unfortunately. So
Damn.
I think it's a boring track to me personally. But overall, very, very good. I think Catching Smoke is amazing. Shanghai
Catching
is
Smoke
another
is like a
perfect
fucking
track.
Tame Impala song.
It does kind of
And it's,
sound
I
like
really like it.
Yeah, and then Butterfly 3000 is like it's, I think top 2 on the album. Yeah, I think this is a great album. I mean, I have it high.
Yeah.
But like I do love it. It's just also like not because it's like an indie pop album,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there isn't that much to say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was hyping this album the fuck up when it was coming out. I was telling everybody we gotta listen to it because nobody listened to King Giz, and I'd been fully immersed at that point by a year after I'd gotten into them. I really like the singles. I think it came out, I really fucking loved it when it came out. And then looking back, I don't like it as much. I still like it a lot. I just think it's fun. It's like, this is a new sound they're exploring, and it was really cool to see it actually get explored further in another album later. But I think Yours, Shanghai, it's like, Yours, Shanghai, Catching Smoke, You Love, and Butterfly 3000, I gave all 8s. And then Dreams and Blue Morpho got 6, and the rest was 7. So it's like really good, and then it's lower again, and then it gets up again, and then it gets slightly lower again, and then it gets high again. I think pretty consistent for the most part. I really think this is like their coolest, like most catchiest, like synth sounding songs, and I just thought it was a really cool style to get into. The only thing that's annoying is that because it's so synth heavy, they like have not really played any of these songs live because they just don't have the instrumentation for it. But I'm hearing, I guess, the next year in their tour, which I bought 4 separate tickets for, don't ask.
Holy shit.
They're gonna be including some stuff, so I'm looking forward to that. I think it's just like a really fun album, not the best, just fun, and I think it's all right being that. You know, B for Butterfly, right?
A for 3000.
A for 3000.
I have it in A. I have it in between.
I had it at
I'm
high
in your
B.
mind fuzz and.
I'm not putting another
the
fucking
others.
album above In Your Mind Fuzz.
Okay, fine. Put it behind it. Damn. But I think it's better.
Dear God, the fucking, I just the sweet, the In Your Mind.
Yeah,
Fuzz
the
is
sweet.
so
The
good.
sweet does not an album
It
make. There's
clears.
a whole.
It
That's not even the
clears.
majority of the album.
It
Like that's only
clears.
40% of the album. Sure it does, but the rest is significantly weaker. So you gotta rate things holistically. All right. You're up for.
So I'll cover Butterfly 3001 real quick.
Oh, true.
This is a remix album. God,
Took a year off your
fuck
life.
knows why they did it. It's like 2 hours long. Do not listen to this album. I think
So this is a warning.
Yeah.
It's a PSA.
The worst. I'll go over the worst ones. The Dreams You Sue. I give that a fucking 3. I get. Oh, never mind. The worst one is the You Love remix by the Flaming Lips. That is just like, it actually hurts to listen to. They cut up the You Love thing, and it's just You Love, You Love, You Love. It keeps on going on repeat, and then like it switches the beat and it gets off, and then it goes back again, and it's just like, I'm like, how fuck did they release this? Like, it is. I think it's my least favorite King Gizzard song, even though it's a remix. Like, I think I gave it the lowest rating out of all of them. It was genuinely fucking horseshit. I hated it. And then some of them were just like 15 minutes. Like, it's not good. I don't know if there's a single one that I would even say like, oh, maybe go and check this out. I think it is no idea why they did it. They just wanted to do it. I don't know. They got their fucking bag. Not even the bag. I don't even know. They just like, we just want to do this. I got an indie pop album, and then it's just very long and very bad and very all over the place. And artists I've heard of, and I listen to it, I'm just like, I don't want to listen to anything they've made. I think it only takes away from tracks. I don't think it adds to any of them. So it is bad. It pisses me off more than anything. I think I'm gonna.
So you're gonna put it in fucked tier?
I'm putting it in fucked. I'm gonna put it above Eyes Like the Sky because I still fucking hate that album.
That's awesome.
Anyways.
I didn't listen to it.
Anyways.
But I might.
Oh no.
Hilarious.
Oh no.
Yeah, you have to talk about Made in Timeland.
Oh no. Okay. Made in Timeland. Let's give some lore for this one. So there's the curse of Timeland. The King Gizzard had been trying to do a Red Rocks marathon show for a couple of years. It was going to be a 3-hour marathon show. And they were talking about they're going to release this album along with the show. The show, COVID kept happening. It got delayed. I think the show got delayed 2 or 3 times before it finally happened. And they were able to play it. They called it The Curse of Timeland. They were going to do 90-minute set with like a 15-minute intermission in between. So they play 90 minutes, and then they go and take a break. A timer appears on the stage. It's counting down 15 minutes. Seconds go by. This song starts playing. It's fucking Timeland. The songs on Timeland are just fucking intermission music, and they play in between the intermissions, so like even when they're not playing, you're still fucking listening to King Gizzard. And they made like the beats per minute 60 seconds, so like the beats go with the time, like the clock shifting every second on the timer to like follow it. And it's just like, what the fuck is going on?
You're making it sound too cool. It doesn't deserve this.
It's like, why did they try? It's like it was like a cool idea, and they executed it in like the worst way possible. And then they did another.
These are the worst songs.
They did another Red Rock show, and then in between the set, they did the second one, Smoke and Mirrors, and we got. Oh my god, what's the fucking? Okay, we get.
Oh, you're skipping ahead to
Smoke and Mirrors.
Yeah, Timeland and Smoke and Mirrors. That's the only 2 songs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to talk about Timeland. Timeline's fucked. Smoke and Mirrors, the second song on there. We get King Gizzard rap.
This is the first King Gizzard rap song,
Yes.
isn't it?
Smoke
God.
It's getting clearer. It's the most cringiest
it's so
shit.
cringe.
I think that's the worst song I have from them that they've made, the lowest rated.
Wow, I think Timeland's worse.
I hate Smoke and Mirrors less because it has Ambi rapping on it.
Yeah.
His rap name is Shrimpomaniac.
I'm gonna leave. That's the worst thing I've heard.
I fucking hate that song. I think it was
so
a cool
bad.
idea for an album. They fucking did horribly on it. And then the coolest part,
Max, what do you mean?
The album came out, and then you know what? They're like, hey guys, this is a vinyl exclusive. We're not putting it on Spotify or anything. So good luck ever actually fucking listening to it. I think I had to go through some like random forums. I ended up finding it finally, and I listened to it, and I'm just like, dear, it wasn't worth. It was not.
No.
I hate the album. I think this is, again, it's like different era. They're trying a bunch of weird fucking shit, and this was not the fucking move. Dog shit album. Your turn.
Yeah. I feel like we've given too much time to this. We could have just said it's terrible, don't listen to it, and moved on. The lore was interesting.
Timeland.
It's worth it. It's like it steals your time, like no matter what. This is actually a cursed album. Yeah. Comments on it: ass for Timeland and cheeks for Smoke and Mirrors. And overall, I think my note was more like made in shitland. So it's so bad. Fucked tier for sure. Oh my god, it's horrible. It's 30 minutes.
Yeah.
2 tracks, 30 minutes, and I cannot believe I listened to the whole thing. Please, let's move on.
Where are we putting it?
What do you think? I think it's lowest rated of anything.
What's funny, I think in my official... Yeah, this is where I actually had it. Actually, I think it would have been here.
That's
it would
crazy.
have been there. So it would have been above all of these, but just...
Oh, wait, I actually do have it above fucking... Do I? Yeah, I have it above Willoughby's Beach, but I hate it more, so...
I think just seeing how heated I got right now, I think
Yeah,
it deserves to be at the bottom.
It sabotaged our stream.
It was like the biggest disappointment.
It's terrible. Okay, so I'm supposed to talk, but I don't know what that other thing is. This is an EP with Tropical Fuckstorm. Yeah, which I need to listen to.
Fuckstorm. The first song is like a dialogue intro, and it's just like, oh, okay, whatever. Second song is like an actual banger. It's really good. If you're going to listen to any part of it, just listen to that second song. And it's funny because they actually take the riff that's in that song, and it's the main riff for the Dripping Tap. So that's in there. So that's pretty cool. That song's crazy. Then the third song is like 12 minutes, and it's just a bunch of random fucking noises, and it fucking hurts to listen to.
That
So it
sucks.
was really cool getting Made in Timeland and then getting this fucking thing. So I'm just gonna put it there. Actually, it has one good song. I'll put it right there for fucked list. But it's just like, I was like, please God, give us something good. Please, King Gizzard.
Yeah, that's sad because like those are some iconic Australian acts
Oh
doing
yeah.
a collaboration and they give us nothing.
It was. They also made like a
Tragic.
short film for it. I think that was the constrained it. It was a short film.
Weird.
I
Okay.
forgot to mention we're in the 2022 suite now.
Yeah, which is hard to get through.
Yeah.
Because Omnium Gatherum is one of those magical albums that is worse than the sum of its parts. Like it has some great songs on it, a couple great songs on it. I think I like Candles a lot. I like Predator X. I think Predator X is one of their weakest thrash metal songs, but they're so
Yeah.
fucking good at thrash metal that it's still great. The Grim Reaper is good. Presumptuous is alright. Let's see. Ambergris and Gaia are both great. And I thought the Dripping Tap was good, even though it goes on for too long. Pretty much everything else, skip. Some of these songs are. Sadie Sorceress, I described as a
Oh
semen
no.
retention ass track. I don't know what that means.
Because
Uh,
it's because of the King Giz thing, right? That video I
oh
sent.
yeah, that's right, that's right. It
God.
really fits that vibe.
It's
Blame it on the weather.
Shrimpomaniac.
Sucks ass. Red
Shrimpomaniac
smoke
on
is
Sadie
bad.
Sorceress.
Magenta Mountain not good.
Damn.
Like there's a lot of solid songs on here, but also it hurts. Evilest Man, annoying as shit.
That's true.
The Garden Goblin, question mark. Like the Grim Reaper. Oh yeah, that's the other rap
The
track,
other
which
rap
was like
song.
it
I
upset
kind of
me
like it. I
because
actually
it was
kind of like
good.
that
It's
one. Yeah.
actually kind of
Yeah.
good, but it's like stop, just stop, please. Make a side project for this. Like, oh,
Apparently there
it's
was an
so
album. There
weird.
was a rap album and they scrapped it. They
Oh, thank
scrapped it.
God. Thank
They're
God.
like, it doesn't feel right to release it.
Good. Oh, they're not good at rapping overall, at least. Yeah, this album, like, as an album, awful. Like, it's a fucked album, but there's a lot of good tracks on it, so it's
Yeah.
not really fair putting it in fucked. Like, it's definitely above that, so I'll withhold my final placement
All right.
until I hear what you have to say.
The Dripping Tap came
Uh,
out, and I was like, oh my god, King Gizzard is back. I fucking love that song, listened to it so many times. It was in like my top 5 songs of
damn.
2022, and it was like, it's a long fucking song. So I probably, minutes listened, I probably listened to that song the most out of any other in the year. I loved it. I came back to it, and I didn't love it as much, which is a little sad, but I think it does. I think it is one of the songs where it hurts by its length. I've also
Yeah.
seen it live, and I think I get a little tired. Magenta Mountain, I hated it at first. Going back
Yeah.
to it, I fucking like it a lot. I think re-listening
What?
to it, it's like it's more. I think it's more of like the kind of Butterfly 3000 vibes, and I'm just like, I don't know. I love it. I fuck with it. It's pretty
Yeah.
good. Gaia, I don't think I cared for that much, but they have like a bridge that just fucks so hard in that song, and they have like a drum solo. And I think when they were playing it live, it was the Motor Spirit drums they actually
Yeah.
put into that song, so that was pretty cool. I really like
Oh,
that
that's cool.
one.
It has a great guitar solo.
Candles, in my opinion, that's the most underrated King Giz song.
Hell
I
yeah!
completely skipped it when I first listened to it. I came back and
What?
I listened. Like I didn't skip it. Like I listened to it, but I
Okay,
didn't
okay.
even think of it. I came back, listened, and I was like, wait, what the fuck? This song's so
It's
fucking
so
good.
good for
Why have I
no
not listened
reason.
to it? It's like a different sound from them too. That I almost want to see them
Yeah.
explore that, and they haven't.
Hell
And
yeah.
that song it just fucks, and I love it. And that's in my opinion the most underrated King Giz
That's a
song.
great pick, great take. I gave it a 19 out of 20. I think it's the best track on the album. Yeah.
I like
Yeah.
Dripping Tap still slightly more, but fucking Candles fuck so hard. And then I think just the rest of the album just really fucking forgettable, and it's just sad. They're like,
Mhm.
this is our 20th album. This is our magnum opus. It's a hodgepodge album, but not really, because the whole point was that they were trying to put as many styles into it as possible, and I
Yeah.
don't think it was fully realized. And
Oh.
I was so hyped for Dripping Tap, and then it's just like, nope. Nope, the rest of the album not the same, not at all. Weird shit, and it was a pretty big fucking disappointment.
Damn.
That being said, I think I still put it into that very, very bottom of B. But I don't know.
Same. But I like mentally I want to drop it down to C,
Oh yeah.
but it's worth listening to enough of the tracks on it that I would put it bottom of B as well.
I'm down to put it at the top of C because we got fucking nothing in C right now.
I think that's kind of real though. Like, why would we put anything in C? Like, King Giz isn't really a C
Okay.
tier artist. You
Yeah.
know? They're either blow or they're
It's like
pretty good.
it's yeah. It's like crazy or terrible.
Yeah. Oh, and I also forgot another superlative, which is Made in Timeland has the worst riffs because there's just no riffs.
Yeah.
Uh,
Doom, doom,
it
doom,
sucks.
doom, doom,
It's
doom.
so bad. All right. I think you're up talking about ice,
So,
death, planets, lungs, mushrooms, and
me-
lava.
This one for me, I think it's the most underrated King Giz album. Believe it or not,
Mhm.
it's somehow in my top 5.
Wow.
I don't know. Fucking Ice 5 came out, and I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I put it on repeat a lot. I think it's also the most people really don't like that song, which I didn't even realize.
I don't like that song
I know, but it's
that
like that's
much.
just like a genuine thing that a lot of people don't like it. I'm like, I fucking love it. They're talking about like the 5th ice age. They're going more into the themes of like the world ending and shit. I think it's great. I think fucking Magma's fucking awesome. Lava, it's like they like really get into like almost like a jazz sound. And it's like a new style, and I thought it was fucking awesome. And it's like every song is in a different mode of music. There's like 7 modes of music, and they all made the song names like the first letter relate to it's like Lydian, whatever the fuck. They all had they had this like kind of overarching theme of making a song in each of those modes.
Okay.
Lava,
That's cool.
Lava fucks. I think it's like majestic almost of like this the crazy stuff they have, and it's like it's just like I feel like it's like the most produced album.
Interesting.
Iron Lung fucks insanely hard, and the
Yeah,
live
that was my
version
highlight.
is fucking crazier. I think the other tracks are good, and then Mycelium, I just like Mycelium's a bit of a stinker to me. Besides that, I still really fucking I think it's very consistent, and I think it's really good. And it was definitely my favorite of the 2022 suite.
Yeah, I think I disagree.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the songs suffer from their length. They just kind of go on too long. Like Ice 5 had some great instrumentation, and then it went on forever. Like my notes on this, I was just getting tired. Like my note for Ice 5 is put the fucking instruments down, god damn it. And then for Lava, I put really gets good after 3 minutes and 50 seconds, trust. Because it does. It gets better after 3.5, like almost 4 minutes. But like you have to listen to 4 minutes that aren't that good to me. And then I think Hell's Itch, like overall, I thought it was like a 14 out of 20, but it's 14 minutes long.
Oh, yeah, Hell's Edge is too long.
Oh, yeah. But Iron Lung is like a perfect track. That shit's so good. And I think Magma is my second favorite. I think it's really good. It's fire, pun intended. And then the closer is solid, like a great track, but not amazing. But yeah, overall, I was just kind of like, if they weren't so long, I would like him more.
Yeah. So where do you think we should drop it? Where we drop in?
For me, where do I have it? Hilariously, I actually have it as the bottom of A tier.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm down to put it there.
Yeah.
Because I really like that one. I still had it in A, but
Okay. Yeah, because I think the order within the tiers like is kind of like looking at the tiers. I agree with these tiers for sure,
Yeah.
but the order within like they could. I wouldn't mind things being moved around
Yeah.
much. You know.
all right. The second instrumental album. They actually released Made in Timeland the same day that Laminated Dem came out on
Yeah.
streaming.
So this one's me,
Yeah.
and shockingly, I think this is a great album. Like I think it's really good. Like it's infinitely better than Made in Timeland. and it's actually enjoyable to listen to. I think Land Before Timeland is a solid track, and then I think Hypertension is like a good track.
Hypertension, people liked
Yeah,
it so much they started just putting it in their live sets.
which like, yeah, valid. I'm glad,
Hypertension.
it definitely like it gets a little bit of it has the low track list privilege,
Yeah.
but that can also be a curse in the like Made in Timeland, which is like one of my lowest scoring because there's only two
Did I tell
tracks.
you that
So
laminated denim is
yeah,
a anagram of Made in Timeland?
yeah, which hurts it honestly. In fact, I'm bumping it down an entire tier for that. Not really. Yeah. What do you have to say?
this is the intermission album done
Hmm.
right. You
Yep.
know, they fixed a lot of it. I think it's still solid. Land Before Timeline, I gave it a 7. Hypertension, I gave it an 8. I like it a lot. It's so much better. It's enjoyable. I actually want to listen to the album.
Hmm.
It's very fun. This is how you're gonna do a fucking intermission album. I'm honestly interested if they do a third one and if they could almost perfect it. I feel like that'd be crazy if they somehow made one that like really fills the length of two 15-minute things. But I think very, very solid track. I guess for me, I put it in A as well, but I had it below some other stuff. It was like middle of A, or I guess lower A. I had it over fucking Flying Microtonal Banana.
What?
Yeah, I mean, I just
All
had
right. I don't
microton.
know about
I
that.
see way less on that
It ain't no
than you.
rattlesnake. That's for sure.
Oh, I
I'm
think
good with A
also
though.
one of the songs, Hypertension, it interpolates. I think
That's cool.
the dripping tap.
Yeah, I would put it in A. I'm good putting
Okay.
it anywhere in A uh below the fucking Butterfly 3000. I don't think
All
it's
right.
better than that, but anywhere around wherever you want.
All right. I'll put it right here.
Nice. I think that's valid.
Fuck.
You're up for
The last album of
changes.
2022. This album apparently was in the making for like 5 or 7 years. Um, should have just dropped it at that point. Like, if it's not working after 5 or 7 years, drop that fucking
Yeah.
album. The whole thing is a chord change between like D and F in every single song. This is like the one album where it's like it is too consistent. It almost feels bland because there's not enough
Oh my
variation
God.
in it.
Yeah.
Um, it's very boring. This is probably the most mid fucking King Gizzard album. It's just kind of like nothing's too fucking terrible for me. There's not a single thing there's not a single thing that sticks out, so I think it just maybe makes it the most uninteresting King Gizzard
Hmm.
album. I think everything got a 7 except for Short Change, which I gave a 6 because it's just the fucking same thing as the first song but shorter and does fucking nothing. Not a good album.
I actually did have some standout tracks. Uh, I thought AstroTurf was actually pretty great. No
Yeah.
Body was good, and Gandhi was great. And then the rest I thought was bad.
Damn.
Like Change, terrible. Hate Dancing,
Hate Dancing
awful.
with the rapping on it.
Oh, God. Blech. Exploding Sun, bad. Short Change is got an extra point for being short, but it's literally just change again.
Yeah.
Like you don't need the same track that I don't like twice. Awful. So
I think the only thing even though I think the album cover is cool, and that's like maybe the only cool thing about the album for me.
yeah,
They made a
I
bunch
think
of random versions of the album too.
weird. I think like it deserves C. I think
Hmm.
because like I think you're like it's a valid. It would originally I did kind of feel that way. Where it was like, wow, this is all bland. I don't know how to rate it, and it was one of the albums I had a hard time getting through.
Hmm.
But when I really did listen, I did have some tracks I liked better than others. It's just like it just sucks as an album. So
Yeah.
I think think C is fair. But
Below or
like
above?
I
I'm
like
good.
it. I hate it. Just because it has good songs on it doesn't mean I like it. And I would put it below, honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah, not a fan.
All right.
Not a fan at all.
Finally, in 2023, the
Oh
last two
yes.
albums.
All right.
You
I
start this
believe
one.
I start. Petro Draconic Apocalypse.
We've been streaming for like
Which,
2 hours.
yep, I knew this was gonna go a while. So this is the winner of the Best Riffs Award,
Hey.
uh, and it's also one of my favorite of their albums. I think it is maybe the only one of their albums without a weak track. Like I don't think it has a weak link. It has a song that I like the least, but I don't even think it's a bad track. It's still a great track to me. And I think Witchcraft is one of my favorite of their songs. Every single song on this is a banger, even though I do think Supercell is the weakest. Uh,
I can see that.
Mostly because it has like the worst vocals I think
Hmm.
of any of the tracks. Uh, but yeah, absolute banger. Really, really tight track list. Uh, all the riffs. Every song has a great riff, which I really appreciate. Um, and I mean, yeah, it's peak. What do you have to say?
This album's shit. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I know you are.
When I first started listening to it, I think I was like cleaning out my apartment to move. And I was very fucking stressed out. I was like
Oh
doing it all by
no.
myself. I was kind of going insane. I just put the album on, wasn't thinking, and then I think that played through the album straight like 5 times in a row as I was cleaning. Because I was first listening to it, Gillimonch, I'm like, this is cool. Dragon, I listened to him, like, I don't fucking like it. I was like, maybe this album's gonna be bad. Like, I don't really like these singles that much. Listening it through all the way through the album, my entire perspective of the album changed. The songs, I think it flow. This is like a thing you have to listen to all the way through. I don't think you just listen to select tracks. I feel like it really hits hard and becomes the album it needs to be when it's listened to in full. It
Hmm.
has the best sequencing out of any King Gizzard album,
Hmm.
in my opinion. It's like you almost
I
can't
would
even
agree.
tell when the songs change. Like it's so fluid. The drum
Yeah.
fills are fucking insane. The riffs are fucking crazy. The vocals are different, and at first I didn't like it, but then I just got to them like, no, I fuck with this. Like I really fucking like it. Like
Mhm.
every single song is a fucking banger. There's not a single bad track. Um, I think my favorites were Motor Spirit, Witchcraft, and Flamethrower. I think for me, honestly, Flamethrower is one of the most interesting King Gizzard tracks. How it starts in like the really heavy metal shit, and it's going
Yeah.
crazy, and then all of a sudden, like you almost can't even tell, and you're just listening to it later, and like, how the fuck is this still the same song? It like switches to like electronic music, and it like has all this other stuff going on, and you're like, what the fuck is going on? And it's just like fucking sick. It's fucking sick. The fucking lore for the album's insane too. I don't even know if you listen to it. There was a vinyl exclusive track that's 10 minutes, and it's like just dialogue, and it just goes into the lore, and it has Leah Senior,
Jeez.
so the person that spoke over Murder of the Universe is back.
Oh hell yeah.
And then it's funny because then there's like they have a random riffs throughout like that 10-minute thing that'll just like come in, and they have like Witchcraft come back and all this other stuff.
Whoa.
Um, for me personally, I think there's elements that make King Giz stand out. I think one of them would be like, like the instrumentation and like having like really intricate, intense riffs that are like polyrhythms, like they have Polygon Dwanaland. Like I think it takes that element from that and puts it in there. It takes the best part of the heavy metal aspect of Infest the Rat's Nest and fucking has the heavy metal part there. The fucking lore of Murder of the Universe they got going on. Just the fucking sequencing, like it's even better than Nonagon, which is supposed to be the album that doesn't fucking end. Like I feel like the sequencing on this one even makes more sense here. And it's also they have like that hint of like another genre at the end of the last song, and so it's like goes back to like other elements of King Giz that I like, where it's not just one whole thing. Um, it's like almost similar to Fishing for Fishies and how it switches to the electronic at the very end. I think every single thing that makes King Gizzard great and what it is like executed flawlessly in this album.
Yeah.
Um, hands down favorite album of the whole year, and genuinely after listening to everything so many fucking times, I think it is their absolute best album.
I on initial ratings, like based on my score system, it scored the highest, which is like
It's
I need to
insane.
come back because I don't
It
know if
is
it's my favorite, but
it is
it definitely
insane.
on paper it scored the highest, and I'm happy putting it as peak,
It
like
is.
number
I don't know
one.
what they
It's
did,
so
what they were
good.
cooking
It's so good.
for this to be like. I've like after all these, like you feel like they're gonna peak at some point. You're like, oh, that was their best album. That was album
Mm,
20 fucking 3. They still fucking got
yeah,
it. I don't
when they really
fucking
get
know.
good, really gets good. 23 albums in. Uh, yeah, holy shit. Uh, crazy.
I fucking
It
love
is
that.
wildly good.
Oh my god, absolute
And I will
peak
be
King
coming back
Giz.
to it quite a bit.
I think my
Yeah,
Spotify Wrapped, the entire album was like near the top for my most listened.
nice.
Fucking love that album. So
See,
fucking
I
good.
didn't have enough time to listen to it that
I
much,
know.
but I think I would. It will eventually
That's
get
so
there, probably
fucking
for
good.
next year.
So fucking good. All right, and then what?
Yeah, you get to talk about the
The
silver
silver
cord.
chord. I'll talk about the regular, and then you can talk about the regular. Then we can talk about the extended.
Yeah. We should treat them
All
as
right.
separate, but yeah, I'll wait.
I
I'll wait.
listen. Silver chord. You're like, what the fuck they gonna do next? They're doing electronic. All right, let's see what happens. Um, very fucking weird album. Very weird. God knows why they made a stand. They basically made an album and then they condensed a lot of it and then released the condensed version. They're also like, oh hey, here's like the actual full version. And it's just weird seeing them release both at the same time on the same album because one of them is just like a fully thought out album. The other one is just kind of like radio edits. And I understand like maybe why they want to do that. They'll get like more streams or whatever, but it just feels weird and it feels like a very awkward way to put out an album. That being said, a standard edition I still enjoy. I think it's somewhat average in the discography with not. I think Change, I think, is the song I enjoyed the least. And then the Silver Chord is the one I still like the most.
First of all,
Um,
it's
Chang'e, whatever the fuck.
Chang'e.
Yeah. And I think just listen to Standard, you're just kind of like, okay, this is cool. Not It's just interesting. It's almost like I can't tell if it's really good or if it's just like bad. I'm just like I don't really know what to think about it. It's just kind of it is what it is, I guess. That's what I have for the standard.
Okay. Um, so I was not as confused by this. I listened to it enough times that I really feel that it
I
is
listened to it
bad.
5 times.
Uh, yeah, I think I listened to it in. I, I didn't listen to every song the same amount because some I was like, okay, I know how I feel about this, and then
Yeah.
others I was like, what the hell? So you'll notice that there's two superlatives I haven't
Oh
given out yet,
no.
which is I forgot to give out zest, like the least zest, because so many albums got like perfect zest scores that I didn't like anything in S was I think perfect zest,
Yeah.
and most of A. So but lowest zest was different because like how do you have the fewest number of songs worth coming back? That was not this, that was actually Changes, which
Yeah.
I forgot to mention. But this does have the worst song, I feel, which
Damn.
Gilgamesh I think is the worst King Gizzard individual song
No.
because like they should be good enough to not release something that awful. Like
Oh my god.
it reminds me of something off of fucking Angelic to the Core. For anyone who knows what that is, the Corey Feldman album that like is one of the worst albums of all time. It is so bad. It's incredibly bad. Uh, I give it a 2 out of 20.
I think you
Like
just don't like the vocal style.
Jesus. No, everything about it sucks.
Damn.
Everything about
Damn.
it sucks. There's nothing redeeming about that song. Oh my god. And I actually liked Chang'e. I think it's actually the best on the album. Which is interesting that we had that disagreement.
Damn.
I think Thaya is bad. I think the silver
Thea.
chord is yeah. Well, they pronounce it Thaya and the vocals.
I'm gonna say Thea. Thea.
I thought it was
Thea.
Thaya. I say Thaya.
Whatever.
I don't know. I'll listen to it back. Whatever. So it's not good. Silver Cord is good-ish, and then I think Swan Song is like ass but fun.
Nice.
Whereas Gilgamesh is just ass but ass, and then Extinction is bad. Set awful, absolutely awful. So repetitive and annoying. It has a
I
fun like
fucking love Set.
bass, but oh my god, it's annoying as hell.
Ambi
This
rapping again.
Jesus
He
Christ,
raps about getting circumcised. It's
it's
so
so
fucking funny.
stupid. This album's
It's
terrible.
like Set got the downstairs snip snip.
Horrendous. D tier for sure. Like
Holy shit.
maybe even F. Oh
Holy
my
shit.
god,
We're
it's
gonna take what
horrible.
you said at first. Do you think it's worse than Oddments or better?
Let's see. Where's Oddments? Oddments was a 54.38, and this is a 54.64. So better by
Let's
0.16%.
go.
Oh, it's so bad.
All right.
It's so bad.
So, extended version, I like to call the actual version of the album. Um, it's almost like for me, 25th album. This album's in part feels like a treat to like some of the diehard fans. I don't know if the songs are like really crazy, but there's like so many references to other albums, whether like stylistically or sounds. Like there's straight up things that were like instruments or sounds that were from Fishing for Fishies that are just in the album. They have like the side book like wow part. That part's just in the album. They have like a synth sound that they use for Butterfly 3000. That's in Change or whatever the fuck you say. There's just a bunch of other random elements that they have before, and then on top of that, in the extended edition, they take a bunch of the choruses from Petrodragonic and just throw them in there because it's supposed to be like yin and yang. They're both
Yeah, that was
7
annoying as
songs.
hell.
All right. I like that. I thought that was cool. It's like given that duality of the albums and kind of leading in like this is maybe why Flamethrower ended with electronic.
It feels like in Star Wars when they CGI a villain from like the
Oh
prequels
my
to get
God.
the audience to applaud.
Anyways, I think they've this is like the furthest, this is like the most left field thing I think that they've done as a band with the extended stuff. There's like
Yeah.
drums and bass going on, they have electronic stuff, they have like all this other like experimental instrumental stuff, solos everywhere. The songs are overstay their welcome so fucking much, but I think it's almost to a point where it's like maybe it's not, this is maybe you listen to it in a different way, whether it's like kind of more of like a background music or just kind of like you re-listen to it to hear like the small parts that stick out, and it's kind of like using space of a song in different ways. I think it can be hard to listen to, but I don't think, I don't even know what I'm trying to say, but but it's just like it's very different, and it's almost hard to listen to, and because it's like hard to listen to, I almost feel like I enjoy it to some extent because I'm just like I'll listen to the thing
It's
and I like, really
unique.
like this one part. I'll go back to that. I think the drums and bass part on the Silver Chord, I was just like, what the actual fuck is going on? I really liked
Yeah.
that. I actually gave the extended version of the Silver Chord a 9. I really fucking love that song.
Huh.
Um,
Okay.
Basically every single song went up by a actually no, they didn't. So Thea stayed the fucking same. I think they shouldn't have made a 3-minute song into 20 minutes. I don't think they did anything interesting with it. Silver Chord went up, Set went up to an 8, Change went up to a 7, and then Gilgamesh, Swan Song stayed the same, and then Extinction went up to an 8.
Huh.
I think the extended version is definitely the way to go for me for the album. I think it has more interesting parts in it. I think it elevates it slightly. Definitely not anywhere near their best albums, but I think the extended version is still a good album, and I think having the last album and this album for like their 24th and 25th albums, I feel like that kind of this makes sense as to maybe where they're at as a band.
Okay. I think extended version is definitely the way to go. I think every single song got better for me by like at least 2 points, except Changa, I think, or
That's
whatever.
funny as fuck.
Uh, that one was only good because it was like short because it was already kind of repetitive.
Mm.
So it got worse, I think, in the extended version. But you didn't even like it in the base version. So like I might be the outlier there. I think Gilgamesh becomes listenable
Damn.
because they add a full like padding of instrumentation that flows from uh, Chang'e into Gilgamesh instead of it being like the harshest fucking like
The cuts are
switch up
so
of all
weird in the
time.
standard edition.
Yeah,
It just doesn't feel
yeah,
right.
it feels awful. So
It's like
this
we
the
went from like the
extended
best
version
sequenced
fixes that
album to
completely.
one of the worst sequenced albums they put out.
So ass. So extended version is definitely a lot better to the point where I like. Yeah, it's worth completely skipping the base version, and you might enjoy the extended, but it's still I don't think it's good.
I
I think
like
it's
it.
I think it's bland. Like
Damn. Damn.
I I don't know. Let's see. If I were to add a full 2 points to everything, it would be in C.
Fuck.
To which is where I think it should go is
Yeah.
C. It can go above the other things in C,
I'm
but
okay with
like
that. I had it in
yeah,
A. I had it right below Mind Fuzz. I
damn,
feel like that
that's
might be some
crazy.
recency bias, though. I haven't listened to it since I listened to it 5 times in a row. I've had no desire to go
Jesus.
back.
Yeah, that's
So
not a
that
good
was
sign.
definitely recency bias when I first did it. But I'm still like, I still like it more than I feel like a lot of people would. But
Mhm. Yeah, I mean, I see you getting a lot out of it with like the referential stuff. Like it's cool to see that and point it out, but I didn't
yeah,
notice most of that, if
yeah.
any. And so
That just goes from
it was
listening
just like
to all of their tracks
bad.
hundreds of times.
Yeah. So here's the tier list.
Dear God.
Um,
You know what? We just got Peak on top. That's all that matters to me.
yeah,
The rest can be fucked, but Peak is on top at least.
I think our tiers are pretty accurate. The order, like I know we would each have different orders, and I know you would have the tiers different for some, but I think I'm acceptable. I think this is acceptable.
I
I think
think,
everything B tier and above is worth giving a listen, though.
yeah. I
Yeah.
think the only thing I'm not satisfied with is fucking LW's placement. Besides that, I think we have a pretty good
You think it's too
standard.
high?
Oh, for sure. A lot of I
Nah, I
still
don't
think
know. It's great.
a lot of the fans don't fucking like LW.
Well,
For me, I would put if here the perfect this would be the acceptable one, having
mhm.
LW right above KG. But this is what we got. So
That's. I put it back.
I did put it back.
um, so,
It's we have
let's
like
see.
nothing in C and D.
Yeah, gumboot soup can be in G tier.
I just think it's like so
If
funny.
you have
You
them.
almost wonder how do they have so many like boring albums and then they just all of a sudden
They
fucking
kind of keep
pop the
popping off.
fuck off.
Yeah. Uh, it's crazy how many bootleg stuff there is, and also how much fucked tier.
I mean,
Although
it's
I know in my own list a lot of that is D, and then the only stuff I have in like truly fucked tier is Willoughby's Beach
that's just
and
like stuff
Made in
I have no
Timeland.
desire to ever
Yeah,
like go back to listen
yeah,
to.
valid. All right, I think
Maybe
this is
I'd
a very
push
solid
that.
tier
I'd
list.
push that one up maybe. But
So, is it for
oh
anyone in chat?
fuck.
Uh, there's a couple options we could try and do because I know we missed November, and I feel bad about that. We could try and do an extra stream in December with an artist that has very few albums, or I could just go with my next pick. Uh, so I don't know if anyone has preferences. I know John and I are open to
Yeah.
either.
Either way, I don't get to fucking
Um,
choose, so
True. Also, in the meantime, actually, yeah, in the meantime, sorry, didn't clear this with you, but there is a general strike tomorrow for Bjork's a good suggestion, and that is one I want to do eventually. There's a general strike tomorrow for Palestine, so shout that out. If you aren't working, like, or you need to go to work, you can still go to work. Like, but the main thing to do is just like try not to buy things. Don't like do microtransactions or like anything like that. Definitely don't go to Starbucks or any of the places being boycotted. Try not to go out to eat, like unless it's a local business. But yeah, gotta
Sounds
shout that
good.
out. That's
I do work, so I will not make
yeah.
any microtransactions.
Yeah. So beyond that, I think just because I have finals week next week, and I'll be home. I'll be home for the holidays though, so I can definitely do a small stream.
Okay.
Yeah, but then I'll have to wait until the stream after to pick my next act, and I really want to pick this act. So
Well, we can just do it like for January for the next one, or we can have the one there, and then you can pick that other one, and so
what do we
then
do? Okay,
we just
what
have
if
both of them.
we do a double feature where we each pick an artist with what, five or fewer albums, and we try and do that for December. So we'll announce that. That'll be secret.
Okay.
But I'm gonna pick the January. Is that
Okay.
good with you?
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna pick the January one. So we'll have a mini shorter stream, or probably the same length, but with smaller artists for
Less to listen to.
Christmas. Yeah, less than two. Definitely less than this. But January, I am picking Death Grips.
Oh, fuck.
Have you listened to Death Grips' discography
There were a
before?
couple of times where I've tried, and then I've just given up at some point. So this is gonna be
Yes.
interesting.
So
I have
I'm
not
making you
fully
listen to
listened.
Death Grips.
Fuck. Okay.
That's
You have to give me a list, because I
that'll be
swear to
fun.
God, I've like looked up a lot, and it's so fucking weird. Like some of the releases don't make sense, and I feel like half their shit isn't on Spotify.
Yeah, I haven't listened to everything that's not on Spotify, but
We'll finalize the list of what we.
to
End
be
up
fair,
doing.
it's only like it's
There's
really only
ex-military.
yeah,
I think
ex-military.
they have
That's
a
the
bunch
main
of
one that's not on
random
Spotify.
like EPs though, but I don't know.
I think those are on Spotify for the most part. I
Yeah.
might be wrong, but yeah, Death Grips is the next pick.
Death, Death
That'll
Grips
be fun.
January.
I used to be a massive fan. Not as much
Got
anymore,
bush
but
in my head.
yeah.
See that somebody pissed on the floor at like their concert?
That probably happened, yep.
There's fucking piss in the pit.
Ew. I did go to their concert at the observatory. They didn't do any crowd work. They just started playing and then
They're probably so fucked. That was the
they
tour that
left.
had happened, I think.
Yeah,
Was it recently?
definitely. Yeah, it was their
Oh
most
yeah, yeah.
recent
No,
tour.
that I guess the crowd was fucking horrid the whole tour.
Luckily, ours was fine. There was someone like recording on a DS,
Nice,
but other than that, it was all right.
nice.
Yeah.
God damn.
All right. Thanks for tuning in. This has been our longest by far, but I think it went really well.
And, it's like this is the big one for now. Fucking 25. Let's never do an artist with 25 albums again. Oh my god. I've listened to everything and I still enjoyed listening to it, but holy shit, there are some albums where I'm like, I don't want to listen to this right now. I just felt like I had
Too
to.
long.
King
It's
Gizzard.
crazy.
But see, I'm seeing them twice in California. I got a ticket for Red Rocks and I got a ticket for Detroit.
Holy
I'm
shit.
insane. There's a reason why I'm broke right now. It's because of fucking King Gizzard.
Uh,
Alright. We ending
Alright.
the stream.
yeah.
Alright, guys, make sure to like and subscribe.